What's up? Welcome back to another episode of Wet Whistles. Today is October 18th. Not going to mess it up this time. It is Tuesday. Yeah,
It's raining.
it's not raining here actually for me.
It was raining for a little bit. It wasn't bad. It wasn't like yesterday.
We had a crazy weekend. I'm sure you guys enjoyed it. So we have a lot of stuff to get to. We have an even crazier weekend coming up, in my opinion. So we will get right into it. That voice you heard was Mark. Mark, how's it going, buddy?
What is good? Yeah, we had some crazy games this weekend, especially with college football. So I'm excited to talk about that. We got the NBA season opening, which I'm excited for because I gotta brush up on all that. Figure out what the hell's going on. But yeah, no,
You
I'm
and me
definitely
both.
excited for that to start. Yeah, I mean, I think everyone that does podcasting, like even though they may not be a diehard fan, they watch it. I love basketball, but I got to get more into watching more of the games and the stats and
We
everything. But
might
I'm
have
excited.
we might have a little reason for everybody that's listening to get more involved in the games, though, don't we? Coming up later.
Oh, yeah, yeah, but we're gonna keep that buttoned up till later.
So if you want to get yourselves involved in more, regular season action, you don't really feel connected to the teams very much, stay tuned. We might have something coming for you. But we're going to jump right into it. We got the week 8 rankings for college football. They came out earlier today while I was at work. So we're just going to go over like the top 10 real quick. But right
The
at the
movement.
top, we have Georgia, Ohio State, Tennessee, Michigan. So if the playoffs started today, we would have Georgia versus Michigan and Tennessee, Ohio State. That's pretty
Dude,
good.
that's spicy right there.
Yeah,
That's real spicy.
it is. Alabama
Okay.
gets bumped
Oh, so
down
I
to
got it.
number 6.
So I got it in front of me now. So when Alabama played Tennessee over the weekend, which we'll get into that game, but were they ranked number 3 when they played? So they kind of
Yeah,
just took their
yeah,
spot.
yep.
Oh, okay. So that's not always how it works,
No,
but it just so happened
no.
that it worked that way.
Unless
Okay.
we're talking UFC, but no.
Okay. Yeah. So I would say that Alabama's probably out of the playoffs, right? They got to be.
Right now, unless someone else loses,
Okay. So if one of these top five loses, excuse me, um,
then
which
Alabama's got a shot, and they'll probably get back in.
yeah, dude. Well, I guess there would be a chance for them to play Tennessee again if like one of these teams lost, which would be fucking amazing. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, that would be fucking crazy. And then obviously Clemson kind of they moved down one, but that's only because Michigan and Tennessee both needed a spot. So
Hmm.
below that, you got Ole Miss, TCU, UCLA.
Which I love
Those
seeing
are all,
some new faces and
dude. That right,
up
like
there, bro.
I think it's is it next year that the college football tournament starts? I think it's next year, but from now on it will be not this year. This year it's the same thing, 1 through 4. But I think starting next year it's 1 through 12, and the top 2 seeds get a bye, and then
I didn't even
you
know
got
about
you got
this,
to
to be
look it
completely
up. I
honest
don't
with
know about the home field advantage, but I think it's wonky. I think it's like the lower seed gets home field advantage in that first round, which is
you. Is this like confirmed?
confirmed. Yeah, they voted on it.
Oh, okay, okay.
This is like
That,
here. I
that
looked it
seems
up.
interesting. I gotta look. I didn't even know that was happening, but no, I'm just like TCU. They've always been hanging around, but they're always like down towards the bottom. So like, I feel like those teams like somewhat get like not talked about as much. I mean, I guess kind of lost in the fray, like when you're down in the 20s or whatever.
All right,
But
so
Ole Miss,
I have it real quick for
woo,
you. College football playoffs will expand to 12 teams by it doesn't say it's happening then or anytime before then, but it will expand to 12 teams by 2026. The college football playoff board of managers announced Friday. This was in September. The new format will feature the 6 highest-ranked conference champions, along with the 6 at-large teams, and is set to begin in 2026, unless earlier implementation is possible, according to a news release. Expansion passed via unanimous vote by the board.
What the hell does 6 at-large teams means? Does that
I
just
think
mean
it's like
7 through 12?
the six conference champions, and then the six next best teams that aren't conference champions. But hopefully, it's not just like the six number two seeds.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, how can you have a conference champion? It's that. I mean, I guess they could shuffle them, but like all the teams that the conference champions beat in the championship, I don't know. That's a little confusing, but I mean, I'm excited. I
I
think it'll
think it
be
would be
cooler
the
than just
rank.
these couple of games.
I think it would just be based on the rankings.
That's what I'm saying.
It would have to
That's what
be.
would make the most sense, and that would be interesting for sure. I would like that a lot. But just the way that wording is, I mean, I just found out about it 10 seconds ago. I've done zero research. I don't know exactly what it means. I mean, I would think that it would just be 1 through 6 and then 7 through 12 or whatever. That would make the most sense, and I think that's definitely really cool. I think that there would be a lot of good stories that come out of that. Say for example, I'm looking at the list now. Say Oklahoma State randomly comes out and wins however many games they need to win the national title. Like, yeah, I like the fact of more games for sure, but we just got to do a little bit more research to figure out exactly what they mean.
Yeah, I also, in my opinion, if you do that, you got to get rid of the whatchamacallit, the committee, because like there has to be like a point system or something. It's not fair to be like, and we'll let you know who makes the playoffs next week. It's like what?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's like
yeah.
what?
Yeah, just let me get these old guys in a room and they can talk about who they want to see play. Like,
Yeah, I really
my,
like Clemson this year. No one cares,
yeah,
Bob. You got to pick Kentucky last year.
I know, and it's like, oh, Alabama, they lost, and it's like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if there's a perfect way to do it, but uh,
Some
I
sort of
think it can
point
definitely
system.
get a little bit better, and maybe having this new playoff system will make it better. But we just have to wait and see. And Scott and I, we don't know much about it, so maybe next. Let me write this down. Next week, Scott and I will touch a little bit more on this once we figure out exactly what the hell it.
All right, let's get right into our picks from this past weekend, week 7. Let me grab my shit. Let me grab my iPad.
You're good. So I picked 4 upsets, and then the rest of it. Where are we? Hold on 1 second. Okay, so yeah, I got
7.
the 4 upsets I picked in the top 25 was TCU, Tennessee, Penn State, and Syracuse, and I got 3 out of 4. So we'll go through that and see what other games I lost and won. Okay, that's
All
it. Here
right.
we go. I got it in front of me here.
All right,
You
I'm
got
good. Yeah.
you got your picks.
Yep.
All right, let me just pull up this so I can have it in front of me as well. Week
And
7.
remember, anyone that's just tuning in, we just do the top 25 games. We don't go insane on college football.
Nope.
So
But we watch it. We're actually it's funny because I've always like had it on in the background and I've watched it, but I have never really I wouldn't call myself like a really big fan of it. And like starting this podcast has kind of changed that. I'm watching it a lot more now and I care more about it than just having it on as football in the background, which I think there's a lot of people that are like love football in general, love the NFL, follow the NFL like crazy. But when it comes to college football, they'll just have it on and they'll watch it, but they're not really paying attention to it and like the movement and the rankings, or if there's a big upset, it's not a big deal. Um,
a lot of
but
people just don't care in general.
yeah, it's just
It's bigger
football. It's
down
just
south.
fun to put on. Yeah,
It's a lot bigger
like
down
we're from
south.
Boston, BC. Well, BC won like had an upset this week, didn't they?
I have no idea. That's
I'm
that's
pretty
my
sure.
point.
I'm
I'm in
pretty sure
BC.
they did. Which yeah,
Um,
clearly BC is not really in the talks, but
all right, so I'm gonna pull us up at the top, and we're gonna start with uh, Georgia Vanderbilt, and I had Georgia minus 38 on this, and they fucking crushed. They won by 55, so that is a W. I
W.
mean, Georgia is just an absolute dog right now. Good luck beating them.
Yeah,
That's
I
why
don't
they're
know. I
ranked
think
number
I
one.
I think it's going to get a little spicy when they start playing Like if they make it to the college football playoff, which it's obviously looking like it. I think once they're matched against another team with some good height, but I mean, you can't really. 55 points is a lot of points, but Vanderbilt. I mean, I don't
Did you always watch the college football playoffs when you didn't really care?
yeah, I think actually I had you over once to watch it at my old apartment.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Not.
Um, I
Do
definitely
you
went up and
remember when
watched
they
it.
used to have? I think they had both games on New Year's Eve. Maybe was that it?
I remember. I think it was the first year that they did it that we were really into it and watched it.
Yeah. There
Um,
was a year where they had it. I think either one game was New Year's Eve and one was New Year's Day, and then the Winter Classic was mixed in. That's how I remember the
yeah, and no, and
first.
I do like watching that, but I think that once you get a little bit more into it, then seeing those other teams as well, people that aren't 1 through 4, try to grind their way in and make it to a national championship. I think that'll be really fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, and then the second game on my list is the big one. So we're going to talk about that one a little bit. Alabama, Tennessee. I don't think a lot of people saw this one coming. Um, I did.
Uh,
I had Tennessee +7. So,
I had Tennessee. I took Tennessee as well. I mean,
damn
did I
it.
think that it might happen? Yeah, I did think that it might happen, but I didn't think it was going to happen in the way that it happened. I
I was
thought
rooting
that
for it
I
right
thought
from the
that
start.
if there was any chance they were going to win, they were going to come out firing, and if Alabama kept answering, then Alabama was going to do what they always do, and they were going to come back and win. But the absolute back and forth between them all game. There was like 3 or 4 times where I'm like, oh, Alabama's about to win this bitch, and then Tennessee would get the ball and boom, they'd fucking score or get into field goal position, whatever they needed to do. And I told Scott, I was like, dude, honestly, that was one of the best. Like, I don't know if I'd say like football games if you count the NFL in it, but definitely one of the best college football games I've watched live. Like
Yeah.
that shit was just fucking nuts, and like the fact that they stormed the field and took the friggin' goalposts and everything. Like
Yeah.
that was just fucking crazy, man. Like I could like that's what
Unbelievable.
college football is about, bro. For real.
Um, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, speaking of storming the field, I wanted to play this little clip real quick of them getting the game winning field goal. So, hold on one sec. Let me pop this in here.
Wait, where is it?
Paxton Brooks to hold. Chase McGrath for the win for the Volunteers.
You're good.
From 40. On the way, a knuckleball. He got it! Another look at the game's final play. The kick.
Yeah, nobody could hear you during that, but talk about energy, bro, from that crowd. That
Oh
shit
yeah.
is unbelievable.
I mean, me and you, we like to. I mean,
The
it's a
place
little different.
exploded, bro.
I know it's absolutely insane. Like that kicker, definitely. I mean, if he doesn't have a girlfriend, he got some booty that night. But
For
one thing
real.
I
Probably
wanted to
took him an
ask
hour
you,
to get back to the locker room, but
I had a conversation, and I feel like we're in our late 20s now, and we still drink and stuff, but like we don't party as hard as we used to. I mean, kind of like mostly everyone that does that. But do you think that you would have? Obviously, we would have stormed the field. That's a given. But as far as taking the goalposts and throwing them in the river, like I feel like maybe if we were younger, we would have been idiots like that. But like
bro, we would have stormed the field, and then like
I was like, oh, I don't
probably
know if
about
I
when the field
was
when
not.
the goalpost started coming down, we probably would have been like, "Yo, let's start making our way towards the exit."
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we were like 20, 21, maybe even 22. Like we might have like helped knock it down. But when they started carrying it through the city and fucking throwing it in the river, we would have been like, all right, guys. Like that was a little much in my opinion. I mean, I understand they were excited, but
Yeah, here's my favorite part about this whole thing. Have you ever heard of the school UT Martin?
no.
That's who Tennessee plays next. Imagine being them right now.
Yeah, they're probably fucking
You're
shitting their
like,
pants.
we gotta play them next.
No,
Oh yeah,
honestly, even if they played them after after they had lost to Alabama, they still would have been pissed because they had just lost to Alabama. So either way, they were getting
yeah,
screwed. But
yeah.
one thing, Scott, I don't know if you saw, is the little video of the refs that had to like put their hands up for field goal made. Did you see how fast they ran after they did that?
Well, I just saw the clip, but I didn't even pay attention to that. No, that's too funny. Did
Yeah.
they
So there's
book
a
it?
yeah. So they literally go like this, and then they just jet and they're like running and like fucking juking everyone that's running on the field. That shit was so fun. I'll send it to you later. That shit was so fucking funny.
It
I'm
probably
like,
looked like
oh my
a
god.
freaking war was about to happen.
They probably had their hands up in the air for like five. I
Did
wouldn't even call it
was
five
there like
seconds. It was like,
how did
see
the
ya.
player
Like it was quick.
how did like the Alabama players get to safety? Was there like cops?
I don't know about for the players. I don't think for the players. I think it was only for like Nick Saban and like some of the other coaches.
That's
I
wild.
think that Alabama probably just ran right to the locker room. And do I think that the fans of Tennessee, they might like banter with them a little bit, but I don't think they would cause them any harm or anything. And mind you, these guys are all fucking huge anyways, so they can handle themselves if
Yeah, but
Tennessee
you
fans
think
wanted to
Bryce
act like
Young's
idiots.
taking a group of like 17 kids from Tennessee? Come on.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's a good question. I don't know if they got escorted off like by police. I don't know.
All right, so we're both 2-0, right?
Yes.
All right, so next game I have is Clemson, Florida State. Where is the line? My keyboard came up. And I can't
They
type
won by
it.
6.
I had Clemson minus 3.5.
Yeah, I took Clemson too.
All right, we're cooking.
Oh, I actually just saw something that PFT is not going to be happy about. JMU lost? I didn't know that. They lost by 7.
Damn.
They were ranked 25th, so I got that one wrong, but we can get that too.
All right, let's go to. This is a big one. Michigan, Penn State. Michigan ends Penn State's unbeaten streak. No, it's not just the 5-0. I think they were undefeated last year, right?
I don't know if they were undefeated last year. That's a good question. Let's just look. Penn
Um,
State.
but yeah, I who did I have here? I had Michigan minus 7, of course. I'm a fucking maize and blue fan, so.
Yeah, I don't know. I just had a feeling that they might come out and might be able to do some because like Michigan, I feel like Michigan always starts that way where they're like, oh, they look really good, and then they like fuck up against a team, and you're like, oh, wait a second, maybe they're not that good. And I thought this
Okay,
was going to
so it
be
is just the 5-0 that they beat them on. They were shit
yeah.
last year.
So, yeah, I feel like Michigan always like gets hyped up so much and then they lose a stupid game. And I thought this was going to be the stupid game, and I thought Penn State was going to get in the conversation about being good. But yeah.
I
So
grabbed the
I'm
tall boy, so I don't have to go out there anymore. Look at the size of this thing.
oh yeah. I got one
Can't even
unopened
fit it
one.
on the screen. I haven't had a tall boy
Oh,
since I was 16.
hell yeah. That's not a bad idea. I should have got one too. All right, so let's
So that was Michigan minus 7.
yeah, I took 10.
Did you? Let's go,
Yeah.
baby. We're cooking.
Yeah. Did you hear what I said though about it?
No, what'd you say?
I just TDLR. I just basically said that I feel like every year, like Michigan's going undefeated, and everyone's like, "Oh, they're so good," and then they lose like a stupid game, and I thought that might be the stupid game that they lost.
Yeah. No, it's coming. They're stupider.
Yeah, I believe it. So right now, I'm 2-1, right? Yeah, and you're 3-0.
Look at this, dude. Doesn't
The
fit
hell
my
is that?
KC.
Dude, That's a bit. That's a tall. That's a tall boy right there.
Yeah, look at that.
That's a real tall
It's wearing
boy.
a sundress.
That thing, dude. That'll be cold for hours, bro.
Look at that.
God
Look at
damn.
that. They call that a romper for a beer.
No, but there's like a big section in it that's gonna be fucking warm.
Yeah,
But the top half and the bottom half is gonna be cold as the Rockies, dude. I'll tell you that much.
exactly.
Oh well.
Okay, so next game I have here is USC Utah. This was a close one. Utah wins by 1 point, 43-42. I had USC plus 3.5, so they do cover the spread, I think, right?
Yeah.
Because they only lost by 1.
I took USC on that too. Wait. No, if USC was favored, then they lose.
Yeah, they lost.
Yeah. So I lost that one, so
Wait.
I'm 2-2. Right? Yeah. They had to win by 3. And they lost. So therefore the bets lost.
Oh yeah. Wait. But if you take them at plus, can't they lose by? I don't know. I'm confusing myself.
No. If you're minus, you have to win. Yeah.
But
If you're
I
minus,
took
you have to
USC
win.
at plus is what I'm saying.
Oh, if UFC was plus, then
And
they
they
should.
lost by
Then they were.
1 point, so they covered.
How is the number 7? Are you sure?
Because
Why would?
Utah is favored minus 3.5, which means they have to win by 3.5 points. They can't
Oh, I
just
get
win
it.
outright. If you take USC at plus 3.5, they can win or lose by
No,
less than 3.5.
No, I understand. I
So
understand that. I
USC
just
covers the spread by losing only by 1 point.
so yeah. Then yeah, I got that one too. But I was just the reason I was confused is because I thought they were saying they were minus because they're ranked number 7 versus number 20. So I just figured they were
Yeah.
favored.
Unless I typed it wrong. Let me
I
look
feel
it up.
like it had.
I'll
Yeah,
look it up.
double check because that wouldn't make any sense.
I mean,
They
hey,
must.
yeah, I'm not saying that I wouldn't type it in wrong. Like it is possible.
Feel like it's the other way around, but who the fuck knows?
Line, Utah minus 3.5. Yeah, USC plus 3.5.
Maybe it was in Utah. That's what happened. Maybe that's what happened. But I mean, either way, we still won it.
All right, next game I got on here is
So I'm 3-1, and you're 4-0.
that's game number 5. So you
Okay,
should
so
have 5 games. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I got the pen one wrong. Yeah, so I'm
Yeah,
4
so
and
you're
1, and you're
4 and
5-0, and you're 5-0. Yeah.
And then the next game is Oklahoma State TCU. I
took
had
TCU.
Oklahoma State plus 4. So
I
again,
got TCU.
they still covered the spread though, so we both win. Because they lost by 3 and they were plus. I took them at plus 4. And they only lost by
Okay.
3.
All right. I thought that was going to be my tire upper.
All right. The funny part is I made these picks. I think I was driving or something like that.
I did mine at work. I said, all right, let's get busy. And
Yeah, I think I was driving for work too.
hey, out of the upsets, I got 3 out of 4. So, I mean, that's not bad. But then there's also some favored ones that I got
6-0
fucked
right now.
from.
Let's not jinx anything, okay?
All right.
Auburn, Ole Miss. Where is this?
I still don't know if I believe in Ole Miss. Let's be real. For them to be
Ole Miss minus 15. Yes, still 7.
for them to be ranked as high as they are, I feel like they haven't really played anyone.
Yeah, what are they at? What are they, 9 now? Wow. Dude, look at me drinking this tall boy.
Dude, it looks like you got like a big like cock ring around the top of it.
Ugh. Doesn't taste as good as the regular cans.
Probably been sitting there for weeks.
Months. I think I'm the only one.
What was Mississippi State favored?
Flavored or favored?
I love me a Mississippi flavor.
Are you talking about Ole Miss?
Oh yeah, no, I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong
Ole
game.
Miss.
Yes, Ole Miss.
It was Ole Miss minus 15.
And they won by.
Way more than 15, I think.
I lost my place.
What's 48 minus 34?
Oh no, I was looking at the
Dude,
right
I
one.
lost. Damn it, dude. They only won by 14. I lost that. Fuck.
I lost that one too then.
6-1.
So
Here comes the downfall.
yeah, I got some shit coming too.
Syracuse, NC State.
I
I
got that one.
had NC State at +3.5, so I lost that.
I won that.
What's this next one?
Dude, I thought we were riding with them. What happened?
Who, Q's?
A few weeks ago, we were like, let's fucking ride. And then you pick against them? I picked them, and fucking here I am.
I
Tied
don't
it up.
know. I'll ride with them again next time I remember. Kentucky, Mississippi State. I had Mississippi State -4, and that's another loss for me. This is what I'm talking about here.
Wait,
Who'd
no.
you have? Yeah, I
If
had
they,
Mississippi State.
oh yeah, I'm looking at the wrong way. Yeah, I lost that one too.
It's going to
Get
take
to
us like a month before we get this stuff down. Especially just wait until we're doing basketball and it's like the Celtics are favored because they don't have plus minuses like this. Would be like the Celtics are favored, the -150 favorites, and you're like, so what that means is if you bet $150, you win. No, $150. Shit. All I know is
next on Wet Whistles, we talk about how we learned what betting is.
no. I think it's $150 to win $100. So it's like you're -150, and you have to pay that 150 to get to zero. And then if they win, I think you get the $100. Yeah, but if they were +150, I think it would be you bet 100 and you would win 150. Very confusing.
Let's just say right now that Scott and I have always loved sports, so that's not an issue. Our issue is that sports betting is not legal in Massachusetts. So whenever we make bets, we either do DraftKings, which you guys know what that is, or we do something that we'll talk about later, which we were excited to find. But when it comes to like the -150 and all that stuff, I haven't done that because it hasn't been legal here. But we're learning about it, but in the next, hopefully 4 to 5 months, it will be legal here. It will actually be able to participate.
And they're shooting for February, the state is. So we're hoping to be, that's kind of why it's like a great time for this podcast to be kicking up its tires, is because there's a lot of things on the horizon. If sports betting becomes legal by February, this podcast is going to fucking explode in February because me and Mark are gonna, I'm betting the house. So.
Yeah, life savings. Although this app that we did find in a lot of these states that don't have legal sports betting, they have something that's very similar, which is very cool, and you guys will like. It's definitely a good change. Excuse me, a good change from DraftKings.
Just to get it out of the way, and we'll probably say it 7 more times, but we're not sponsored by them or anything. We just found this app and we've been enjoying it, so we've been using it. So anything that you hear us say is genuine. We're not making things up for a sponsorship. No ad. None of that.
There's very few things that him and I would use that we feel like we should tell others about without being sponsored or whatever. Like where we really like it that much, where we want to promote it, even though we're not getting paid or anything from it. We just really enjoy the app, especially others might not like it as much because they have sports betting that's legal and that's what they like to do. But for us, it's really cool to do, and it's such a good change up from DraftKings. And we'll talk about more.
If you're waiting for things to become legal in your state, that's going to be something you want to stick around for.
That's perfect. And even if it is legal in your state, this is so much more straightforward and easy. Like you can just like be taking a shit at work, and you have 8 or 9 options to go higher or lower on for certain games, and you just pick that and you're done.
We're giving away too much information. All right. Next game is Kansas, Oklahoma. It was a lot closer. Kansas,
I lost that one.
I had Kansas +9. They lost by 10, so I lost that one too.
6-4.
6-4 as well. Please God, let us not tie.
6-4.
We got.
Oh yeah, the Syracuse one is what tied us up. Okay.
Texas, Iowa State.
So Texas.
I had Texas minus 16. Lost that.
No way.
Yeah, because they won by
It was
3.
close, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember watching it like, oh fuck, here we go
Wait,
again.
which one's the one that I said we both won? Can 2 people win one?
Yeah, because the team that we both picked, or no, we picked 2 different teams, but the team that lost by less than what they needed to. So you, like, for example, like
Which
what
game was
game was
that?
it? It was
Auburn.
the TCU game, right?
Okay, TCU, Oklahoma State. Let's pull that up real quick.
I think it was that
I
game.
had Oklahoma State +4, and who'd you have?
I had just had TCU winning it.
But so you had them -4. So you don't get that one. Did you count yourself as getting that? Because -4 they would have had to win by 4, and they won by 3.
Okay, so I'm what, 5-5 then? Yeah, that's just confusing. But it's just, how am I going to pick the underdog in the rankings, but they're not favored? That doesn't make any sense.
What do you mean? Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
You got to pay attention to the lines. I'm telling you, dude. Do you have the ESPN app on your phone?
Yes.
Because ESPN, you just click on the game and then you scroll all the way to the bottom and it tells you the money line, no matter what sport it is, and it tells you what arena they're playing in too, so you can know like who's at home and shit. Every sport. So ESPN is all I use right now.
Yeah.
And if there's one that for some reason I can't find, it's not on ESPN. I Googled it.
Yeah,
All
that
right,
doesn't make.
So Texas, we already said this one, right? Texas, Iowa State.
Texas,
We
yep.
both lost it. All right, Illinois, Minnesota. Now this one,
Oh yeah, see, the
I don't
line
have a
I'm
lot to
seeing.
say on this one, but I will say that Minnesota fucked me 2 weeks ago, and this week I was like, fuck Minnesota. I don't care how favored they are. I ain't fucking taking them. So I took Illinois +6.5, and it panned out.
Illinois. Yeah, I took Illinois too. So I'm 6-5.
And then the last game
Oh, I'm sorry.
is
Yeah, 6-5.
Georgia Southern, James Madison, and yeah, we both lost that one.
So all right, I turned out 500.
So what are you? 7 and what?
No, 6-6.
I'm 7 and 5. Yeah.
That TCU game, that was so weird. I just double checked it just to make sure that you were right, and they were favored -5. Well, you said -4. It probably changed after, but
Yeah.
that's so weird.
So 7 and 5.
What's the point in these damn rankings if you can't pick the right? Well,
So what are you? 6 and 6.
yeah.
We'll be back after these messages. Just kidding, no messages. We'll be right back. And we're back. We're gonna get right into Week 8 top 25 picks. Now, me and Mark, we got our team playing in a top 25 matchup, so we're gonna start off the week with that. Right off the bat, we got Boston College, Wake Forest. Wake Forest favored by 21 points.
Let me just get my piece of paper ready to roll.
Make sure you write down the odds next to your pick.
Yeah, because that's what fucked me. Well, it didn't really fuck me this weekend. Probably still would have been the same picks, but I just didn't know that. I thought they went like by the rankings, so like whatever team was higher, like would definitely, like, no doubt about it, be favored. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
All right, I got you.
I think I'm gonna take. I know. I'm gonna take Wake Forest -21.
Yeah, I mean, I've even been to a couple BC games, and they're fun and whatever. And of course, we always love Boston College, but ever since Matt Ryan left, that was like the last time we had a decent team. So, yeah, I'm going Wake Forest. And what was the spread?
-21, so they gotta win by 21 points.
Ooh, maybe.
BC just lost to Clemson 31-3.
I'm taking BC. I feel like they might not lose by that much.
All right. We'll see if that pays off for you. Taking the hometown squad. Next up, we got Iowa versus Ohio State. Ohio State minus 29. So 29.
Iowa's 3-3.
Iowa has played.
Iowa
They
has
lost to
14
Illinois.
points.
They lost to Michigan.
So those are 2 ranked teams, right?
Yeah. And then before that, they beat Rutgers. They beat Nevada. And they beat South Dakota State. Give me Ohio State. Actually, give me Iowa plus 29.
Well, Iowa, yeah, so put it this way: Iowa is scoring 14 points a game. Ohio State is scoring 48, so that would cover it. So yeah, I'll take Ohio State.
All right, this next game is the one I was talking about. You got Tennessee coming off that high, going back home to Knoxville, play UT Martin. I don't see odds for this game. Let me look.
Yeah, I don't see it either. Maybe they didn't want to come out with it just yet.
It's plus 24.5. I'm seeing. Oh wait, no, that's not it. Right here.
Yeah, it's so sad. Like, I wish college football didn't even have these games because, like, you look at the teams that this other team beat, and it's like, like the only team I can see that I know is Boise State. The other ones are like I wouldn't even know unless I clicked on it what team it was.
I'm not seeing odds for this game. Yeah, there's no odds for anything, so we're gonna have to come back to this.
No, I'm just gonna take Tennessee. There's no way they're favored by like
Right.
40 something points. I'm just gonna take them.
Okay. All right. Next
And then
game,
we'll double check the line next week. But I think either way we would have taken
No, I
Tennessee.
mean if we're going either way, we don't get to check the line. We just either way we roll on the dice. I'm willing to roll the dice with you. What's the worst that could happen? We both lose.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say is like, well, I mean, even if the line was 28, like Tennessee by 28,
What if the line
I
was
think we probably would have
57?
taken it. There's no way it would be that high.
All right.
We're taking Tennessee and we're checking the line.
All right. Syracuse, Clemson minus 13.5. I'm riding Syracuse,
man.
I'm riding
Don't
Syracuse on this. Syracuse
Don't do
plus
that.
13.5.
Let's do it, dude. You only live once. Big Syracuse guys over here, if you couldn't tell. Oh, if they won, that's going to be another big one. What, dude? If we start getting some of these like crazy upsets, like that Tennessee one, and like say Syracuse beats Clemson, is it at Syracuse or is it at Clemson?
It's at Clemson.
Ooh,
It's all right.
fuck it. We already took it. Let's
Syracuse
ride.
travels.
Yeah,
All
big
right,
travels.
this one's for S fan here. We got Cincinnati, SMU.
What's the line?
Cincinnati by 3. That's insanity. Give me Cincinnati by 3 all day.
Yeah.
They're gonna win by like 75.
Sorry, Miss Fan. See, I don't really know his story. Like, I know he was gonna play there, but like, I don't know if he was gonna start.
He did play there, I think. I don't know if he was gonna start. Then he coached there for a while because he got hurt.
He's a big dude.
All right, we got Ole Miss, they're ranked 7th. Then we got LSU unranked, favored, minus 1.5. Give me Ole Miss all day, baby. They are sleeping on fucking Ole Miss.
So the only game that they lost is to Tennessee.
LSU?
Yeah.
They're 5-2. So they lost to Florida State.
Oh, wait.
But
why does it just show me that?
That's the only ranked team they played, either. It was Tennessee.
Oh, no, they lost to Florida State last week, but it was like a really close barn burner.
Give me Ole Miss. I don't trust LSU yet. I mean, why would I? Give me
minus what?
1.5 plus 1.
I mean, they did get smoked by Tennessee. Oh, Ooh, that's a tough one. Okay. Uh, oh, I want to flip a. Should I flip a coin?
Yes.
Flip a coin, but it's a slurp wrapper. It's a Jello shot wrapper. If it lands on the face side, I'm taking LSU. If it lands on the other side, I'm
Here, I
taking.
have a coin right here. All right, look. This side right here, it's the old winged foot, is heads. This side
Yeah.
right here is the old blacked winged foot. That's
Okay.
tails.
All right, throw
All
it
right.
up, toss her up. Bah!
What do you got?
Got
Heads or
it?
tails? Yep.
Tails.
Heads.
Okay, so that means I took who? LSU.
Yeah, sure.
You don't remember what you said? Or you
No,
want me to
yeah,
go
I said
back and
yeah,
look?
LSU.
Are you sure?
All right, no. All right, I don't remember.
Let's do-
Black is
let's do it
LSU,
again.
red is Ole Miss. Ready?
All right, I'm gonna write this down. Black LSU. Okay.
It's red.
All right, Ole Miss it is. I did. It's so funny because as you were like throwing it up in the air, I'm like, shit. I don't remember which one you said was which.
I didn't. That's why I just said it was heads and tails.
Oh damn! All right.
All
If
right.
LSU wins, I'm throwing that coin out when I come over.
The winged foot coin from Winged Foot Golf Club
Fucking big Wingfoot guy.
fell out of someone's pocket. All right, UCLA, Oregon. Oregon -6. Give me UCLA all day, baby. UCLA +6.
I'm with you.
That's an easy one for me.
Fucking UCal.
All right, so when it comes to like, if you hurt me one week, I am not fucking picking you the next week. So this next game we got Texas, Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State fucked me last week, so Texas it is. Texas -6. Who you got, Mark?
So they lost to Texas Tech and obviously Alabama, but it was like a close one. I'm gonna go Texas just to spice it up a little.
It's not spicing it up when we both take the same pick.
Yeah, well, I thought you said the other team. I'm sorry. I'm like looking at all these as you do it, so I'm like,
It's a lot of information to absorb.
Uh,
All right, we got this one's the newbies on the block. Tulane, they're the 25th ranked team. Tulane at 6-1 going up against Memphis. Tulane is favored by -7. Here's what I think. I think every time there's a new 25th team, take the other person. I'm taking Memphis +7.
Bro, you see their name? The Tulane,
Tulane what?
the Green Wave. What does that remind you of? Abington. They're the Green Wave.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I
Or no,
wouldn't know
it's in
that.
Marshfield.
No,
Southern
Marshfield is
Marsh-
the Rams.
Oh yeah, so it's Abington is the Green Wave. Okay, so like I said, I wanted to spice it up a little just so we don't have the same pick. So I'll pick the Green Wave on this one.
All right.
I do think they're gonna win. but I
James
don't know
Madison didn't sting you last week?
They did a little, only because PFT was behind them, and I'm like, all right, let's do this. And then yeah, that fucked us.
All right, so this next game is Alabama, Mississippi State. Now, had Alabama beat Tennessee, I might have rode Mississippi State here because Mississippi State upset them last year. It's not going to happen again. Alabama is going to rake them through the mud. They just lost, dude. Nick Saban is probably
Wasn't it Texas A&M? It wasn't Mississippi State.
Oh yeah, it was Texas A&M. You're right. The Blues. I mean the Reds got me confused. But
Sorry.
Alabama losing that game, Nick Saban is probably fucking screaming at those players as we speak. So Alabama is going to rake them through the mud.
Yeah, and Mississippi State just came off a loss against Kentucky. They lost 27, but Kentucky is ranked 22, and they lost 27-17. So yeah, Alabama.
All right.
Yeah, they're gonna come out firing.
Penn State, Minnesota. It's funny because Minnesota was ranked last week and now they're not. Fuck Minnesota. They fucked me that one week. I'm never riding them again. Penn State -5. Who you got?
Minnesota's coming off of two losses against Purdue and Illinois. Penn State has something to prove after last week, but also Minnesota's going to want to get that W and not lose 3 in a row. Minnesota is averaging more points per game than Penn State. I'm gonna go Minnesota.
Ugh. How dare you?
We're basically neck and neck right now. So if I have any inclination to
next
think
one,
that the other team's gonna win, then I'm going that.
This next one separates the men from the boys here, because someone who hasn't been watching college football all day just sees this and goes TCU. Someone who has knows that Kansas State has been putting up some fights, dude. Their last 3 games: win versus at Iowa State, versus Texas Tech, at Oklahoma. It's pretty good, pretty good resume.
Mm-hmm.
Still though, I think I'm going to take TCU.
So
Bullfrogs.
So
Horned
you may
frogs.
not know this, but I'm sure you've seen me wear the shirt. I have a shirt and a sweatshirt that's an Auburn sweatshirt. And when I was growing up, like my brother always loved Auburn. So I don't know. When I was younger, I always liked them, especially like when Cam Newton came through there and everything. That kind of boosted my already love for them. And I told, and my girlfriend's family, a couple of people are big Alabama fans, so like that's always been a thing too. But I told them this past week that I've disowned Auburn. That was my first half of my life. Now we're going on to the second half of my life, and I'm looking for another team to really root for because obviously we have BC, and that's just never going to happen. So I'm thinking TCU is in the running. I haven't decided yet, but TCU is definitely in the running to be a team that I root for. Like just kind of like you. I know you have family from Michigan, but
yeah, my aunt lives a stone throw from Ann Arbor, so that's why
yeah,
I got hooked on them when I was young.
but Asia's cousin also loves Michigan, and that's just like I feel like everyone. If you don't have a team that's from where you live, you always like kind of just pick a team that you're gonna ride with.
Yeah.
And for a while it was Auburn, but now that I'm getting more into it and I'm watching it more, I need another team, and TCU is in the front running. Haven't picked them yet, but
They
I'm
got
picking
pretty
TCU
sick
this week.
uniforms.
Yeah, I like the uniforms. I love Andy Dalton. No, I'm just kidding. But,
If I didn't have like a team, like it's weird not rooting for Michigan. If I didn't have a team, I would probably root for like someone with cool uniforms, like Iowa, the fucking Hawkeyes. They would
what
be
was
my
what
running.
was the team that I can't remember. Who did Mike Vick play for?
Oh god, you're asking the wrong guy. I can look it up for you.
Virginia.
Oh, Virginia Tech.
Yeah, see, that's not the
They're
that's
not
not
very
the
good.
that's not the uniform I was thinking of. There's a different uniform. Is it South Carolina? It's black, white, and red. I can't remember which team it is, but it looks fucking fire.
Yeah, South Carolina is that. But all right,
No,
anyways, we have to move on. So you take TCU minus 3.5. So that's our
yeah.
week 8 predictions. We're gonna moving right along, get right into our NFL picks and predictions. So we're gonna do week 6 recap, week 7 predictions, and we're gonna get right into it with week 6 recap. Let me pull up the scores. This is excluding Thursday night football. But if we're recording on Tuesdays, which is like a really good day, I mean just this week because we got to see the Monday night game, and we're 2 days before the Thursday night game, so we're gonna pick Thursday this week. But last week we didn't, so right into it. Week 6, first game I have on my slate here is Patriots Browns. And I had
Money's calling.
No, money's not calling.
Money's calling.
Patriots Browns. Talk for a sec.
Patriots won. I took the Patriots. I'm sure that Scott did as well because we are Patriots fans. That's where we live. We've been lifelong Patriots fans, so we're probably going to take them all the time. But this week has really brought a conversation to whether Mac Jones or Bailey Zappi is going to be the starting quarterback for the Patriots going forward. In my honest opinion, I'll wait for Scott to put his mic back on, but in my opinion,
that was my Nantucket tax. He's like, "Hey, what's up, brother? I see you tomorrow," and I'm like, "No, Thursday."
So what I was getting at, Scott, is that we'll probably pick the Patriots every weekend, like I say, but We picked them this week, and I think this kind of added to the conversation about because within these next couple of weeks, Mac's going to be coming back, but Bailey's been on a fucking tear. So I think that we do kind of
I
have
wouldn't be so sure about that if you go read the news that just came out today.
I didn't see what came out, but
So the news title of the news, it was from Barstool Sports. It said, Mac Jones needs to be more humble. Sources say that there's, I think it's, okay, no longer quoting here, but it was like, things are sticky between him and the Patriots. Like, when I hear that he needs to be more humble, it almost sounds like he's like being a little whiny bitch about Zappy playing. That's what it sounds like to me.
I think that
he needs to be more humble. Like he has a starting job on the Patriots, and he needs to not take it for granted.
Yeah, I think that he's itching to come back. 1, 2, he's like probably hears all the chatter about a quarterback conversation now, and he's like, nah, motherfuckers, like I'm the one. Like, bring me back. Let's do this, and like let's get the ball rolling so I can show you guys like I'm the fucking one. But
Yeah, hell yeah, I don't mind that.
No, I don't mind that at all. I love a good competition. Bailey Zappi is probably thinking the same fucking thing. He's like, I can't wait for him to come back and play dog shit, and then I'm gonna fucking come back in and show him what's up. But I don't know if there's any animosity between those two. I don't know if how their relationship is, but hopefully, in my opinion, I know Zappi's been playing well, but I think you got to give Mac Jones a chance to lose his job. So I think when he does come back, give him a game or two to see how he does. If he plays like shit, bring Zappy in. But I don't believe he's lost his job yet. I mean, yeah, Zappy has won, but you also look at the teams that Mac played, and he had a couple tough ones in like, the Dolphins were playing lights out when we lost, even though we should have won that game. So he had us in it, but I think you should bring Mac back. Let him lose his job through actually playing and not just a fucking injury.
I agree. Let him fight for it. It's not a competition if they don't at least get a chance to show what they're worth.
And maybe it lit a fire under his ass, and he's gonna come out fucking rifling shit.
I mean, that's when Brady always played the best. Not to compare the kid to Brady, like I'm sure he gets that enough, but Brady always played the best when people counted him out. So maybe Mac Jones is going to take that as fuel and be like, you know what? They think he's the guy. Let me show him why he's not.
Well, it kind of reminds me of when we brought Jimmy G in, and Brady was like,
yeah,
wait, why are you drafting this kid high?
That's what that he needs to be humble comment makes me think is like, he's not Brady. Brady could be like, I don't like Garoppolo. Get him out. He makes me feel threatened. Mac Jones is like, it makes me feel threatened. They're like, all right, well, fucking tie your cleats up a little tighter.
Yeah, right. Fucking put your cup down more. Let's get going. We got a game to play.
Fucking loosen up your belt. It's time to play football.
But what I will say is this whole thing has made me very excited about the Patriots. I mean, I know we're not doing the best ever. We won a couple games, whatever. But there's a lot of
football, bro. 2-2 in the division.
Yeah, so I mean, that's all fine and dandy.
Oh, 2-2
but
away.
This whole quarterback conversation is making the season interesting enough, whether we're winning or losing.
All right, so let me make sure I'm writing these down here.
Oh, you know what, Scott? On those notes from last weekend that I did,
yeah,
I had the spreads on there. I can just pull it up real quick.
I have it already.
So now,
I was just
okay. The Nantucket taxi driver.
No, I'm not answering that one. I was writing down my record, so I can just type it in from now on. 1-0. So next game we have is Falcons 49ers. It is. Where are the odds?
No, I'm talking about the week before where I went 11-4, and I got to clear that up because there's no way I went 11-4 before we talk about our overall record. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I know.
So I'll do that after real quick because I got it pulled up now. I took the 49ers. I thought Jimmy G was going to have a day.
That week that you went 11-4, you can only count. I don't care what you can only do the. We'll talk about it later. The ones that we talked about on the pod because those are the only ones I picked.
Okay, that's fine. So let me go ahead and
on topic though. Week six. Next game I got is Falcons 49ers, and it is 49ers -5.5. I took the 49ers minus 5.5, so I got this one wrong.
Yep, me too. I don't know what happened in that game. I probably should have watched because I thought that was going to be the 49ers with a fucking easy W.
Yeah, me too.
But I guess the 49ers are the 49ers right now.
The Falcons are the only team that are 6-0 against the spread this year.
Really?
Yeah, and they're looking to be the first team. I think it's in NFL history or the only like 1 out of 3 teams to go 7-0 against the spread in NFL history or something like that. But yeah.
So who are we betting next week?
Falcons.
Atlanta. Let's go.
All right, so then we had Jets Packers. I'm sure everybody took this like I did. I had Packers minus 7.5, and the Jets showed the fuck up.
I picked the Jets.
Really?
Yeah, I got it written down if you don't believe me. I thought that I didn't think it was going to happen in the way that it did. I think I said on last week, I said I don't know if Green Bay is legit yet. They lost to the Giants, which was a fucking heartbreak. I thought they were going to win that one. But after them coming off the loss, and then the Jets coming off of their win, I thought they might have some momentum. Did I expect them to beat them by 17? No. But I thought they were going to win. Whether or not they covered the spread, I wasn't sure, but I did think they were going to pull one out. And they pulled it out even faster than I thought. So,
Yeah, Breece Hall, 20 carries, 116 yards, and a touchdown. Nobody saw that coming except me because I had him in my fantasy lineup. I left him there, not on purpose, but yeah. All right, next game is Jags-Colts. Let's see, who did I have on this?
I picked the Jags.
I had the Jags +2, and they lost. So.
Yep, I lost that one. The Jaguars are probably the most confusing team in the fucking league. Let's be real. I mean, I don't know whether or not, like, what the fuck they have going on, dude. They're 2-4, but like, I mean, I guess they're just dog shit. I mean, there was a minute there, like when we were like, oh, maybe the Jaguars are all right. Maybe they're all right. You know, they beat the Chargers. You know, they only lost to the Eagles by basically a touchdown and an extra point. And you're like, okay, so they beat the Chargers, almost beat the Eagles, and then you have the fucking Texans that they lose to, and you're like, okay, what the fuck? So they're all over the place right now. I don't know if it's coaching or what, but yeah, they're just, I don't know whether they're good or bad.
I think the Jags tricked us into thinking they're good. I think they're really actually bad.
Yeah, exactly. Because they like had the Eagles where they almost won, came out, beat the Chargers, were like, yeah, let's go. Then they fucking whoop the fucking Colts, and you're like, you know, shut the Colts out, and you're like, okay, word. And then they come in, well, maybe they're going to go on a tear, and then no, they just lose to the fucking stupid Commanders. So, that's where they're at.
I had my little brother over watching football, and I'll just, since we're going to talk about this game next, I played Joe Burrow I played Tom Brady instead of Joe Burrow. And the whole time I'm like, hope you're having a good time. He's like, yeah, I am. And I'm like, I fucking can't believe I fucking played Tom Brady.
Before anyone comes from my neck, I said those games in the wrong order. So I'm sorry. When I was just talking about who they had lost and won to, I did it the other way around.
All right, so yeah, Bengals, Saints.
I took the Bengals. I don't know if they covered the spread.
Bengals -2. Yeah, they did. They won by 4. I took them too.
Okay. That's another team that we're trying to figure out's good. I mean, I think these. I mean,
they're good, but I think they're even better when they go to New Orleans. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase are like back at home.
I think these next few weeks, like we have a lot of teams that are like kind of in the middle while we're trying to decide on who's good and like, or who's actually good. You know what I mean? And who's like gotten squeezed a couple through. And I think that with the season being this long, I think these next few weeks are going to be really telling for teams that we think may be good or teams that we think may be bad.
I agree.
And Cincinnati is one of them for sure. Are they going to pull away, or are they going to stay a fucking average team, or are they going to drop into the water?
That's fine. I do. Okay, so next game is Vikings-Dolphins, and I had Vikings -3. So
I took the Vikings too.
back to 500 for me.
I'm so like upset about like I know the Dolphins are in the New England's division, so we've always like we don't want them to be very good, but like it was actually really cool to see the Dolphins just fucking slinging it down the field, fucking playing like lights
Playing
out.
Kirk Cousins kind of football.
No, no. What I'm trying to say is like when Tua, all that shit that happened with Tua,
Oh,
which we won't
oh,
get
oh.
into.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just mean like the beginning of the season, we're like, oh shit, like the Dolphins might be a problem this year, and then boom, Tua gets hurt, and it's like, oh
Yeah,
god,
they
they're back
can't
to the
catch a
Dolphins.
break.
Well, yeah, dude, it sucks. Like, I don't know what's going on with Tua. I don't know if he's coming back this week or anytime soon, but I haven't looked into it. But hopefully he comes back and they get him back on track because it's still early in the season.
Yeah, I hope so. Because, I mean, I think the Dolphins being good is good for football. It is.
Yeah,
The Dolphins
exactly.
are, they have a good fan base, and, they're a very historic team. That's good for football. All right, next game.
I just think we had a story develop in there, and it just got shot to shit with Tua getting hurt.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Next game is Giants Ravens. This game was Ravens favored by -6. I had the Giants, so I won that one. The Giants are for real, bro. You guys gotta watch out.
As you guys know, I picked the Packers over the Giants last week, and I picked Baltimore over the Giants. I keep thinking that they're going to show their true colors, and maybe their true colors are that they're actually pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Um,
Brian,
so
what's that guy's name? Dayball? Brian Dayball, the coach?
yeah, I think he might have turned it around.
Yeah, I think I saw something on Twitter. It was Dayball is the coolest fat dude in New York since Biggie. So,
Yeah, that actually is probably true.
so
But you know, a lot of people would call me a Giants hater, which I am. But at the same time, I do try to make honest picks during the podcast and not be biased at all. Like they stole two Super Bowls from us. But yeah, I think that I just doubted the Giants. I just didn't think they could win against the Packers, and they couldn't win against Baltimore, and they pulled it out. So yeah, maybe this upcoming week when we make these picks here in a few, Scott, maybe I won't doubt them.
yeah, well, it's just in. Mark's
I
in
don't,
on
I
the
don't know who
Giants.
they're playing, but we'll get there when we get there.
This just in. Mark's in on the Giants. You've heard it
I'm
here
not in.
first.
I'm not in. I can't have my friends hear this and hear that I'm in on the Giants.
All right, next game. This is the shocker of the week, I think. Steelers Bucks. Steelers take this one 20-18. The Bucks were favored -8. Now, if you guys saw the footage, Tom Brady was yelling at his team, telling them, I left my fucking wife and kids for this. We're losing to freaking
I saw that.
the Steelers. We're
Kenny
losing to the
Pickett.
Steelers.
Giselle, the best supermodel in the world, highest paid, and here I am, fucking losing to Kenny Pickett. You guys better block. No, but I also saw a tweet on the other hand that was like, bro, you missed like 11 days during training camp. You don't show up on Wednesdays. Like,
Oh, it sounds like
you,
him when he was on the Pats.
and it's like, how are you gonna yell at these guys that are showing
Bad,
up
man.
every day and you've been playing half, or you've been like practicing half-ass? Now, do I think he has a get out of jail free card? Yes. Do I think that maybe him yelling at these guys can put some pep in their step? Yes. But I don't know. I mean, Tampa's another one of those things that I was talking about earlier, where these next 3 to 4 weeks we're really going to start seeing what's up with these teams that have a question mark. But I took Steelers.
I took the Bucks. So what am I right now?
I'm 5-3,
I'm
so
4
we
and
should
4.
be okay. Perfect.
All right. Let's see here. Next game is Rams Panthers. This was Rams -10. I got that one right. Thank God.
I took the Panthers on that one. I thought something might happen.
Yes.
So we're tied up now, again.
If the Panthers had scored 5 more points, you would have got that.
I thought they were gonna lose, but I just didn't think they were gonna. I thought they were gonna cover it.
Dude, I knew Matt Stafford was gonna have to have a game sooner or later. Thankfully, it was that one. Plus, the Panthers are freaking terrible. 1-5, they're done.
Really bad.
Yeah.
They might
Panthers are
arguably be the
looking.
worst team.
They're looking to move CMC. So we'll
Oh,
see where
Scott,
he goes.
that's what we should do next week. That'd be fun. You know how people have been doing the tier lists of like good teams and bad teams, and we'll do that for the NFL. That'd be fun.
Oh, we know a thing or two about tier lists over at Gaming Within.
Yes, sir. Make sure to check out Gaming Within for all your gaming news, gaming fun, all that. I appear on there sometimes. Make sure to check that out. It's on the same YouTube channel that you're going to see this podcast on, and it's also on the same network that you see it on Spotify. So check that out if you like gaming. I know all you sports nerds like gaming, so check it out.
Thanks for the plug. All right. Seahawks Cardinals. This game was
I took the Seahawks.
Cardinals by -2.5. I also took the Seahawks.
Oh, you fuck. I thought I was going to pull one over on you.
6-4. Yeah, like I said, it's Call of Duty season. We all know Kyler doesn't play well in Call of Duty season. So look for me to maybe make some picks on... What the hell just happened? Make some picks on Kyler when Call of Duty is over.
Coming up.
So like January. Okay. These last 3 games were big games. We got this, I saved this one for last. Well, this is the last one besides, we're doing Sunday Night Football, Monday Night Football last. This is the last game, was Bills Chiefs. And this was the one everyone was waiting for. This was, I had the Bills too. And, they covered. They won by 4, so 7-4, doing pretty good. What do we think about this game? Not a high-scoring game like everybody thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I don't know if it was just the pressure of the game and how big of a game was. So the defense was coming out and they're playing better than they would normally. But I thought I'll talk about this more in our later segment about this new app that we're using, because I had a fucking heartbreaker on this one. I did bet the Bills, and I actually won some money from a buddy that thought the Chiefs were going to win, so that was nice. I think that this was also big for playoff
implications. I agree.
Implications, yeah. So that was the
kind of trash
statement.
Talk in a way. It was a statement game, yeah. It's a big statement game. Josh Allen has been waiting for this game since the end of his season last year. Every night that he goes to sleep since this game, he's thinking about the next time. He's thinking about the next time that he gets to sling the ball against Patrick Mahomes. So there was no way Josh Allen was losing this game. I don't care if they won by 1; they were winning this game.
I was thinking about this the other day, and I don't know. I just think when it comes to those two quarterbacks, they're like so good, but they're so different. Like I feel like Mahomes is like finesse, and he can do all these like types of crazy throws and running and throws and all that. And I'm not saying that Allen sits in the pocket, but the way that he runs his offense is like so much more gritty and rough. Like he'll fucking sit in there until he's about to get hit and whip the ball. Yeah, he runs a little bit, but he's more straightforward with the offense and like traditional. And then Mahomes is just like, let's fucking run around and get all these sidearm passes and shit. So it's cool to see two great quarterbacks that are so different.
Yeah, I agree. And yeah, I think there's a very good chance we see that game again. And next time we see it, it's not going to be 24-20. I can promise you that.
Yeah, no, it's probably going to be a fucking...
Yeah, barn burner we thought we were going to get.
I was still happy with it, though. It was still fun.
No, I was too, but it was funny. Tony Romo predicted the score in the beginning of the game. Did you see that? Yeah, 2 minutes in, he's like, there was a check down. He's like, I know all of you guys thought this was going to be a high-scoring game, but I think we're going to see a lot of check downs, a lot of incomplete passes, a lot of throwing out of bounds. I think this is going to be like a 24-20 kind of game.
No way, he literally said that?
I swear to God, yeah. And then I saw the tweet. Someone tweeted it and was like, it would have been a lot more impressive if you said this last week. But
we'll take it. No, Romo's always calling shit. That's what shows you when good quarterbacks. They just have so much knowledge about the game. It's fucking insane.
2 minutes into the game, bro. one drive, someone throws it like a check down. He's like, "This is gonna be a 24-20 kind of game." It's like
He's like, that's what I've been waiting for. Low scoring.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. But all right, this was probably my favorite game of the week. Eagles Cowboys, old school NFC, dude. Like this one had the vibes. This was a grinding kind of game. I enjoyed it. It was Eagles -6.5. I took the Eagles.
I did too.
Eagles fly. EAGLES Eagles. I'm gonna ride them until we fucking lose, baby. So -6.5. What do they put me at? 8-4. Look at that.
Dude, I'm such an idiot. So you know how I had all my picks written down? So as we were going through this, I wrote a W and I wrote an L, and I was tallying as we went through. And then I looked below it, and I already had counted them and wrote 8-4 directly below it. So hold on, I don't know if you can see this. Oh, no, I don't think you're going to be able to.
This. Episode 2
But,
tries to show his notes on pod.
But, yeah, no, so I literally already wrote it down, but now that I tallied, I confirmed. Yeah, I was 8-4 as well. So hold on, let's do this. 5-8, 8-4.
Wait, you did Monday night, right?
13-12. No, I didn't.
Oh, damn it, dude. Monday night was gonna be the one where I took the lead.
13-12, and then if we do last week, I can pull up last week real quick and just let's just iron that out, get it over with real quick.
Wait, so 8-4 plus
we're both 13-12.
No fucking way.
Yeah, we're both 13-12. So let's look. That's why I'm saying let's do this tiebreaker, just so, and also so we can know the overall.
Tiebreaker. What's the tiebreaker?
The one from last week or the week before or whatever, where I said I went 11-4.
Oh, I can already tell you what I went.
Okay, hold on, I gotta look. We're just doing the ones that we wrote down and that we did on the pod, right? We're not doing all the games, correct?
Correct.
Okay, let me look. So just to confirm, when did I send that to you? Last night, or no? It was Sunday night, right? It was Sunday night.
I went 5-3 in the other ones.
Okay.
So
you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
15.
9. So you have 9 games, right?
Yeah,
or you have 8.
I have the Giants, Bills, Chargers, Jags, Bears, Lions, Seahawks, Dolphins.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I went 7-2.
That's 9 games.
So which one did we write down that
what's the game? My last game is the Dolphins game.
Oh, okay. So yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
then I'm -1 win from that. So what did I say? 7-2. So I'm 6-2.
Okay. So I'm 18-15. You're a little bit higher than that.
Oh no, 19-2. Yeah. I'm 19-14.
Yep.
And you're
18-15.
it's heating up. All right, let's move on.
All right, week 17. Week 17. Week 7. We're just moving right along because we're already over an hour. So we got more stuff to talk about too. So we're gonna do Thursday night this week because we're ahead of the schedule. So why not? Thursday, October 20th. We got Saints Cardinals. This game is in Arizona. Arizona is favored by -1.5. Who do you got?
In Arizona?
In Arizona.
I'm going to take Arizona.
I'm going to take Arizona too because you know why? Call of Duty comes out in 2 weeks. Kyler Murray knows. He's like, yo, after this week, bro, I'm going to be grinding for Warzone.
Just so you guys know, my play's about to go right down, but my play's going to be going up in Call of Duty. Going to prestige before all y'all.
All right, so we're both taking the Cardinals at -1.5. Okay, next game. Bengals, Falcons. Bengals are favored by 6. Game is in Cincinnati. Just a quick. You told me to write this down. Quick reminder: Falcons are 6-0 against the spread. They're looking to be the first team in a long time to be 7-0 against the spread. Do we think that they? This is a tough one. But
so the Bengals are minus what? 6.5.
6.
-6. So they need to win by.
I can't go against that 6-0 record. Falcons at +6.
All right, you take the record. I'll take fucking Mr. Burrow at home. Let's get it spicy. This is close.
All
Taking
right.
Cincy.
Lions Cowboys. Game is in Texas. Cowboys favored by 7.
They lost last week. Oh, but Detroit also got shut out, so they might come out trying to fight.
I feel like those 1 o'clock games are kind of weird in Dallas.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Dallas. I just think that, coming off that loss, maybe it's closer than we think with the Lions, but
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day,
I'm gonna go
Dallas is gonna pull it out.
Cowboys -7. All right. Colts Titans. Game is in Tennessee. Tennessee is favored by -2.5.
The battle of the mediocre teams. I got Tennessee.
Yeah, I got Tennessee too.
It's in Tennessee. I just think that they're gonna do enough to win that one. I don't think it's gonna be a very exciting game either. I think it's probably gonna be straight to the fucking straightforward. I think it's gonna be close. But I think it's gonna be a game that gets forgotten about real quick.
All right. We got Packers Commanders. Remember, Taylor Heineke is back. I would love to see Mark pick against the Packers on this one. We are in Maryland. What's up, Jay? We are in Maryland. Green Bay favored by 5.5.
I've picked the Packers the past 2 weeks and they fucked me. And yeah, we do have that Heineke coming out. So what? So I'm gonna pick Washington, and then you're gonna be like, yeah, I picked the Packers. I already know.
I'll ride with you, but I ain't riding against you.
All right, let's do Commanders. Fuck it.
All right. Washington -5.5. I mean +5.5. Sorry. You don't have to threaten me for a good time betting
With a good
against Aaron
time, yeah.
Rodgers.
Oh, I see another barn burner down the line. Hold on, it's coming up.
All right, Bucks Panthers. Again, Panthers fucking garbage. Tom Brady coming off a really bad loss. Left his wife.
Pissed. Yeah, single.
Game is in North Carolina. Bucks favored by 11. What do you think?
By 11?
Yeah, you think
That's
the
what the
Panthers
spread
shocked the
gets you.
world? At
What do you
least-
think?
I think the Panthers could. I mean,
I
I
don't
don't know.
think the Panthers could win, but could it be a one-touchdown game? Yeah.
You really think that Brady's gonna have to march down the field at the end of the game to beat the Panthers?
No, not beat them. But if they got a lead and then get the ball back or whatever, just run it out. But no, I think Brady's already pissed.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
already
taking
got
the
people
Bucks.
talking. Yeah. Brady's pissed. The Bucks are pissed. The Lions getting yelled at. Brady's trying to talk to his divorce
Not
lawyer
only
this
that, but
week.
let
Get
me
it all
remind
buttoned
you.
up.
Let me remind you what everybody's saying right now about Tom Brady. Do I need to remind you guys what happens when you sit here and say, he's old, he's washed up, he's done, he should have stayed with his wife.
He should have not left his wife. That might have been
Listen,
good.
let me tell you something. Count them out. Go ahead.
No, I got the Bucks, but
All right,
I do think
Giants.
there's a possibility that one's close.
I do too, but I'm hoping that he just fucking puts the hammer on him. Giants, Jags. Game is in Jacksonville, Florida with the Heat. Jacksonville is favored -3. It has never been easier for me to take the Giants. Giants +3 all day. Baby.
Past 2 weeks, Giants have fucked me. Let's see if they want to fuck me again. I'm picking them. Watch, they're going to lose.
Great. I should pick Jags. Fuck. All right. Nothing more for me to say about that game other than the Giants 5-1 and they're underdogs. So give me that game all day.
They've been bending me over left and right.
All right, Browns, Ravens. What's up? We're in Maryland again. What's up, Jay? Baltimore favored by -6.5.
I got Baltimore on that.
Jay said they're rebuilding the city of Baltimore to make it more nice.
That's nice.
So give me the
are they
Ravens
gonna-
by minus.
They might not. They might not be able to rebuild it because they need to pay Lamar his money.
Give me the
But
Ravens by minus 6.5.
easy.
Jets Broncos. Denver is favored by minus 2. I don't know if it's the air, but give me the Jets. I really wish we could like place actual bets in mass because Jets plus 2 against the Broncos. The Broncos have been playing like a
Dog water.
varsity team.
Dog water. Yeah, I got the Jets.
We got a barn burner right here. Ready?
That's what I was talking about.
Texans Raiders combined
one's
2
gonna be-
wins between these suckers right here.
That one's gonna be an absolute
Game's
light.
in Vegas. That's about the only thing good about this game is that it's in Vegas. Minus 7. The Raiders are favored. Give me the Raiders all day.
Yeah, see, the Raiders I've been talking about as if their record should be better. I just think they're a better team than what they're showing right now, and I think they can handle Houston. So I got the Raiders all day.
I agree. Coming off a bye, a little bit of time to rest. I think they're going to show up. All right, we got Seahawks Chargers. Game is in Inglewood. Chargers favorite by minus 6.5. Give me Geno Smith. I think Geno Smith hangs in there. I think they make it a 1-score game, probably a field goal. Yeah, I think.
Is it? You said it's in Seattle or no?
No, it's in Inglewood, California. It's at the Chargers. So give me Seahawks. Plus
I'll go
6.5.
Chargers because I feel like we've been making a lot of the same picks. So let's go Chargers.
Yeah, this week's tough though. Like, there's gonna be weeks where it's like we're not trying to fuck ourselves. So that's why we're picking.
Yeah, there's
the
a
same.
lot of football left, but
But
I think
what
that's-
I'm saying is, it's like there's gonna be weeks where it's like all blowouts, or you would think
Yeah.
so, at least on paper. And I'm not just gonna be like, oh, give me the Texans just because Mark picked the other team. It's like I'm not gonna fuck myself
yeah.
when
Yeah, no,
clearly.
and you
like,
got to remember we still have half the season left.
exactly. This our records are already different. They're gonna be different.
But just for the sake of the cast with that one, because I think the Chargers are going to win, but just whether or not they cover the spread. So
Yeah.
I think I don't know if we've made any different picks yet. You took Tennessee. Yeah, I think we got the same pick, so that'll be our first one to switch it up for the week.
All right, and then this one, we got Dolphins, Steelers, Sunday Night Football at the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. And the Dolphins are favored by minus 7.
Is Tua back? That's really all I got to say. Is Tua back? Because
I
if
really
he's
don't
back,
know.
then the Dolphins are going to win.
Um,
If he's not, then I got
can
the
get
Steelers.
I can get you a guesstimate.
So he's questionable, it says. That doesn't really tell us much.
Let me get you a
Under
guesstimate.
is in line. Tua is in line to prepare this week as the Dolphins starting QB for Sunday night's game against the Steelers.
Okay, give me the Dolphins minus 7. Wait,
Ugh.
I don't know though because the Steelers just played the Bucks hard.
Can we do a parenthesis that says
Tua's gonna
if the
start.
Dolphins?
No, Tua's gonna start. He's in line to
Alright.
start. He's gonna start. Let's just say
Alright.
if he doesn't start, we go back and we switch it. But let's just say right now Tua's starting.
Oh no, so we'll just do Dolphins, and then in parentheses we'll do Tua, and then if Tua doesn't start, I got the Steelers.
Okay, but like I said,
Fair.
right now we're talking as if Tua's starting. Don't forget,
Yes.
Tua just missed 3 games or 2 games for a concussion. You got the Dolphins if Tua starts still.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it'll be close, but I think that they'll win.
This one's a coin flip for me. Prime time at home in Miami. It's at night though, so it's not gonna be that hot. Oh, God.
It's going to be if Tua plays, he's going to know. Everyone's got his eyes on him. Everyone's been talking about the concussion. He's going to want to prove a point that the concussion isn't going to be a do or die for his career. So he's going to want
Alright,
to come
here's
out
what
and
I'm gonna
fire around.
I'm gonna take Tua at plus 7. I mean minus 7. Not the Dolphins. Tua.
We're taking Tua at +7. Yeah, that works.
I mean minus 7.
Minus
Alright,
7,
here's the big one. The boys are in prime time finally. We got the Pats and the Bears Coming home.
Maybe we can do a
Foxborough.
watch party for that on Monday night.
Maybe, yeah.
That's a good idea.
We got the Pats and the Bears in Foxborough. Patriots are favored by -7.5. Give me the Pats, baby. Give me the Pats.
Next question. Yeah, I got the Pats. Easy. So I think the only game that we have different, let me go down my line. I got Arizona, Cincinnati, Dallas, Tennessee.
That Cincinnati game we have wrong. I mean, different.
Different, okay. Tennessee, Commanders, Bucks, Giants, Baltimore, Jets, Raiders, Chargers, Dolphins, parentheses Tua, and then
Yeah, so we have whatever game I already told you, and then the Seahawks.
we have since the Seahawks game. So there's 3 games we have different right now, I think. Yeah, or 2 games. Two. Okay, perfect.
All right. Real quick, I'm gonna switch things up on Mark, catch him off guard, because I want to get through all the football right now, and let's do Mark's stardom and situms for Week 7. Mark, I want 1 running back and 1 wide receiver who you are absolutely starting this week.
That I'm starting.
Yeah, you can't quit researching. Quit researching. It's supposed to be off the top of the brain. This is a funny segment. This is
okay. So I got you. So
listen,
one receiver.
Don't go back to your fantasy managers and say you need a trade for this guy. Okay, this is not the fantasy podcast that you want to listen to. Okay, but I want to know who Mark is starting at running back and wide receiver in Week 7.
Should I just pull up my team right now? Let's just do that. Let's just pull up my team.
Here's what I'll tell you. I am absolutely 100% starting this week at wide receiver. DeAndre Hopkins. He's coming back.
As soon as
he's coming back from a 6-week suspension. I don't know what for. Probably smoking a joint or something. Who knows? Mm-hmm. But he's coming back. Stuff him in your lineup if you got him. Get ready to go because he's popping off, baby. At running back, you already know. I talked about him earlier on the podcast. I am absolutely starting Breece Hall. And I'm starting him from here on out until further notice because he is a beast and he has established himself as the number 1 back on that team. No more Michael Carter, Breece Hall, baby. Ride or die. Those are my stardoms for Week 7.
So maybe it should be Scott's Fantasy Minute because you seem to have it all buttoned up. So maybe we should do that. But yes, I go with DeAndre Hopkins.
It's not funny when I do it. It's funny when you do it.
Yeah, well, I haven't been playing fantasy this year. I've been doing bets instead.
That's why it's funny.
All right, so who I have on my team right now, and also now that I'm looking at it, I probably is a good idea for
I'm writing these down
him to start. No, I'm going with Hopkins too. I don't think there's anyone else I can pick. I'll go with Fournette. I think that the Bucks are coming out with a fucking vengeance, and Brady may not play his best game. I think he'll play good, but if he gets the team down to the red zone or gets them down to the goal line, and he just took it to the fucking bus, Leonard Fournette, and he gets a couple touchdowns off that. Right. Scott, do you want me to quickly do my bets for Thursday, or do you want to do that?
No. Hold on.
Okay. I just didn't want you to forget about it.
No. I got a segment for that already. All right. So my situms this week at wide receiver and at running back. At running back, it's Melvin Gordon. You can take a fucking seat, buddy. I'm done with you. I'm done. You fumble the ball. You suck. 2 points this week, 7 points last week, or maybe like 10 points last week, 2 points the week before. You're done. I don't have the time for you, dude. I don't. I'm sorry. You were really good at one point. Not so much anymore. My situm at wide receiver. Let's see here. It's a long list. I could take the easy way out, but I won't.
Oh my god, I got 2 perfect people and they're on my team.
I'm trying to think. My situm this week.
Oop.
I feel like I'm hating on the Broncos a little bit here, but my situm this week is Cortland Sutton. My situm is Cortland Sutton because, 1, I don't know what I'm talking about. And 2, he just hasn't showed me enough for me to continue to play him. It was like 14 points this week. The week before it was like 12 points. I got too many wide receivers to play over him, and then DeAndre Hopkins is coming back. Cortland Sutton can take a seat. He did have, let me see, I think he had a couple catches last week. Bless you. Yeah, he had 2 receptions, 14 yards. The week before that, 5 receptions, 74 yards, no touchdowns. He has 1 touchdown this year. It was against the Raiders in week 4. So, yeah, Cortland Sutton is absolutely getting benched. How about you, Mark?
My 2 are the 2 people who just so happen to be on my team. I have as my running back Jonathan Taylor. He's questionable to come back this week. Assuming he comes back, I don't think he's going to do very well, even when he was playing. Let's look at these stats real quick. Even when he was playing, his first game was big against Houston. Other than that, it went down. He had 27 points the first week. Other than that, the next 3 weeks, he had 7 points, 12 points, and 3 points. He's coming off of an injury. So they'll probably limit him with his carries, even if he does come back. And, he's probably also thinking in his head, let's not fucking go balls to the wall. Let's make sure I feel right. My next pick is another person coming off an injury who's fucked me probably the last 3 years, if I'm being honest, with injuries. I got Keenan Allen, who is also questionable to come back. If he comes back, I think he's probably going to do bullshit. And he's probably going to get hurt halfway through the game, even if he does come back, because he's always hurt. Anyways, yep, those are my 2 for the week. I'll be more prepared for it next week, but those are my 2.
All right. I'm glad I caught you off guard on that one. It was much more fun.
I thought we watched that.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah,
it. I told him, I'm like, yeah, no, we're not going to do that. All right, now it's time for Mark's Fantasy. He's like, fuck.
My own team, but I actually had 2 good contenders on there, so it worked out.
All right, real quick, let me give you guys a rundown of what's left on the show. So we are going to, real quick, talk baseball playoffs, what's happened, and then we are going to do a segment for you guys. I'm not going to say who the company is yet. Again, give us 5 more minutes, and you'll see what we're talking about. And then,
I mean, damn, if they made it this long, then they're sticking out for the rest of it. I feel like we've been live, over an hour?
And then we're going to give our game of the week, and then we're going to close it out for you guys. So real quick, let's get into it. Playoffs for baseball have been underway for a couple weeks now. A lot of things happened that a lot of people weren't too happy about. But yeah, let's get right into it. So the Dodgers are gone. Done.
Wait, when you say they weren't happy about, what do you mean by that?
A lot of teams with big fan bases
got upset?
Disappointed. Yep.
Okay. One thing I will say, I'm a very casual baseball fan. I'm starting to like it more. Just because being on this podcast, like paying attention to the sports and being able to talk about them, are really, making me more excited for things like this. But I just remember one of my main complaints about baseball is that it's always way too long, the season itself. But now that they switched the playoff format, 3 games, then would you say it was 5 for the next round? I think that's a good thing.
The season's still way too long. Let's be honest. You're right. 162 games. That's too freaking much. It should be 82, just like the rest of the sports, like hockey and basketball.
Even if you cut it in half, I think it would. Because it feels like until the very end, there's no playoff implications for the games for the first fucking 90 games. It's
Dude,
like you win.
It's so bad. It's even worse because in baseball, it's like the playoffs always start in October. So me, casual baseball fan, they're like, "Oh, you see the Red Sox game?" I'm like, "Oh, it's July." I'm like, "Oh, it's July 24th." No, I didn't catch the game. Let me know when it's October. Literally, and I know that sounds like funny. It's not meant to be funny. I swear to God. Someone's like, "Oh, you catch any baseball last night?" I'm like, August. No, I didn't catch no baseball last night.
Yeah, it's way too long for me, bro.
But then October comes, count me in, dude. I'm checking every night what happened. But anyways, let's get right into it. We talked about the first round, so we're going to talk about the second round. In the second round, we had the Dodgers and the Padres. The Padres moved on. And this is what I mean by some fan bases being upset. The Dodgers are out. they're done. They have a
And they were favored, correct? They were
they
supposed
they
to
were
win
the
that?
number one seed, yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
the Dodgers
that's
are done, and people are saying fire Dave Roberts. So we'll see what happens there. So we get the Padres, and they're
Wait,
going
is
up.
that our Dave Roberts?
Yeah, he's the coach of the.
The
Yeah.
guy who's still second base?
Yeah, yep.
Oh, Jesus. All right. I didn't even know that. Moving
Yep.
on.
When we played them in the World Series and we beat them, they played that highlight probably 74 times in the series.
And I'll watch it every time.
Dave Roberts still on second base. For World Series.
Oh my God. I'll still cry. during that.
All right, but
No,
this is a
see,
big
that's the point though. Is like I watched that shit, and I watched I like playoff baseball, but that's my point. Is that when games mean something, they are a lot more fun to watch than they still have 120 games left. Like, so what am I watching
Dude,
this for?
you can
You know
even
what I
tell
mean?
just by the environment of the ballpark. You watch a game in the middle of July, the guy's winding up for a pitch, and fucking you got Uncle Tommy in the background behind the catcher eating a foot long, fucking dripping mustard onto his shirt. Whereas in the playoffs, dude, you got fucking people in the
standing
background. They're like,
up.
and then chicks are
Yeah.
like flashing their tits and shit. It's like it's
Yeah.
playoff baseball.
Tits
It's
out
a
for strikes,
different,
bro.
whole different thing.
But that shows you that people can get excited about baseball, but they just need to I get it's traditional, and I just don't think games should be the season should be that long. If the games mean something, people get excited. But if for 3/4 of the year they don't mean shit, then people don't care. Especially younger people and in the newer age coming up.
I mean, we can talk about this real quick for a second, since hey, baseball sparked a conversation. But for me, I've been a hockey fan since like 2010, the year before we won the Stanley Cup. 2010, I'll never I've always been a hockey fan, but 2010 really sparked it for me. And even ever since then, dude, I'll watch the Bruins, yeah, but every year the season starts up, I'm like, I'm gonna watch so many games, and then the season starts and I don't watch anything because it's like so hard for me to sit there and watch a Washington Capitals Detroit Red Wings game in the middle of frickin' October. That means nothing. I'll tell you what. Ever since I downloaded the app that we're about to talk about, I'm not even kidding you, dude. Last night I was watching the Penguins game, right? I'm not a huge Penguins fan. I was watching the Penguins game like it was Stanley Cup Game 7 at the edge of my seat. I'm like this. I'm like, shoot the puck!
Money on the line.
My fiance is like, why are you watching this game? I'm like, I got $5 on this game. That's why I'm watching it. $5 to turn times 20.
Yeah. One thing I will say, do you know how many games the NHL has?
82
altogether season.
In a season.
Okay,
82.
so that's
NBA also 82.
Okay, so that's a perfect thing. Is if they cut it in half and made it the same as those, I think it would make it more exciting. I think that
baseball is exactly double. I think it's 164.
Yeah, so I think for hockey they have contact on their side. There's checking going on. It's a very fast-paced game, and then there's nice shots that NBA makes. So even just sitting down and watching the NBA or the NHL is more fun in itself than watching a more boring game for twice as long.
Yep.
If that makes sense to you.
No, I agree.
I think baseball is a great game, but I just think that it needs to be fucking revamped for the professional shit because it's just dying, in my opinion. Obviously, there's hardcore people, but I'm not one of them.
Completely. Babe, can you close that door? So yeah, I just want to real quick. The Phillies beat the Braves, so that's a fan base that is very happy right now. You already know, dude, because the Pats played the Eagles before. You know how Philly is. The Phillies are in the ALCS, so I mean NLCS. Sorry, that's huge. That's huge for the city of Philly.
I'm with you. I mean, they love to party. That's for sure. So I wrote down a couple of questions for you to see what you thought. So you're talking about the Phillies. Obviously, they're already in, but we have Game 5. Oh, it just started, right? No, I know
Game
the Padres
5 is underway. But real quick, so just to reiterate before you ask me your question, I just want to say this: in the in the NLCS, we have the 2 lowest seeds. So they seed the teams from 1 to 6. Seed 5 and 6 are in the championship. Tell me that's not cool.
So the Yankees and the Guardians, whoever wins this tonight, they move on.
Correct.
Um,
And if
do you?
real quick for
Or
anyone
the
listening,
Astros?
we're not watching, but it's on while we're talking. The Yankees are up 4-1, bottom of the third.
What?
Yep.
Oh damn! Oh my God! Yeah. So I had the ESPN website up, and I hadn't refreshed it in a while because we've been doing it. So on my screen it said bottom of the first 0-0. I just refreshed it, and yeah.
Giancarlo hit the 3-run homer in the first, puts the Yankees up.
Yeah, bro. See, this is what I mean. Like, this shit's fun, but like, it's because it means something,
Yeah.
you know.
Yep.
And
when else are you gonna? Dude, they had the playoffs on at noon. I was eating a tuna fish sandwich, watching fucking playoff baseball. Now,
Dude,
granted, I don't like that, and I would never be like, "Oh, they should have the playoffs at noon." No, I don't like that. But the fact that they had to do it for scheduling reasons, I was okay with it.
Yeah.
At least it's not the Yankees like Game 5 at noon. I mean, it kind of sucks. It's at 4, but
Well, what's the average time of a baseball game? I wonder.
like
Is it like
4
2
hours
hours?
probably.
Or
No,
yes,
like
that's
4.
another thing. That's another thing that needs to change. If they want their ratings to go up and they want people to start getting interested, no one's gonna sit down for 4 hours and watch that shit, except for hardcore baseball fans.
It's hard enough getting someone to sit down for 3 hours and listen to a podcast.
Yeah, like we live near Fenway, and so we've obviously been to Fenway before, and like that's kind of different compared to a lot of these other stadiums. Like Fenway is legendary; it's a historical place. It's a great environment. It's so fun to go to, and like that's like being at Fenway and watching the baseball game really shows you like what baseball is about, and like how great it can be. But we've even left early from Fenway because we're like, all right, this game's over. I'm not going to sit here for another hour and a half to watch the Red Sox win a game they've already fucking won.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I just think some stuff needs to change with baseball, and if it doesn't, I just don't. I see the ratings going down. I see less fans and everything. But believe me, these fans are going to come back around when the playoffs start.
Yeah, they already
But
have.
that's an issue. That's an issue.
So yeah, I mean, we already talked about it. I don't need to say anything else. But the Astros are just waiting for the winner of the Yankees and the Guardians. And,
well, that's what I was going to ask you.
If the Yankees don't win, dude, that is fucking bad for the Yankees. Thank you.
That's what I was going to ask you, Scoot. It's like, who do you think, depending on who wins this, because the Guardians can obviously come back, but who's going to win against the Astros? Like, if whether it's the Yankees or the Guardians.
Oh, I think. Wait, say that again. The Yankees and the Astros. I mean, I hate the Astros, and I think I might even hate the Astros more than I hate the Yankees, and that's saying something being a Red Sox fan. But if the Yankees make it, I want the Yankees to beat the Astros. They're a bunch of cheaters. I don't like them.
Cheaters?
You don't remember all that? Alex Cora got suspended for a year because the Astros got caught cheating when they won the World Series. So all the coaches that were, it was a year removed. All the coaches.
What was he doing?
There was a dude sitting in the stands watching the pitcher get counts, and then he would smash on this drum thing. 1 time for a fastball, 2 times for a curveball, 3 times for a slider. Swear to God. And dude, look up the video. You can hear it. The pitcher's sitting there like this, and the Astro guy is batting, and then he's sitting there like this. All you hear is from the crowd, and the guy smashes a home run.
Dude, that's fucked. That shit. And wait, so what? So did Cora get? When was this?
Well,
I don't need an exact date. Was it like years ago?
Cheap. 2017 was the year that they.
And Cora's still in the league.
Yeah, he got suspended for a year. The funny thing is, the Astros.
That's bad.
The Astros won the World Series. Then Cora came to the Red Sox, won the World Series, won the World Series, and then got suspended for a year. So he still got to play. He still got to play and win another World Series, and then got suspended.
Do you think Cora was cheating with the Red Sox? That might hit home. But do you think he was?
I don't think he was cheating with the Astros. I mean, he was there and they were doing it, but I don't think he was the fucking I don't think he was the ringleader.
Well, how could the head coach not know
He
about something
wasn't
like
the head
that going
coach
on?
in Houston.
Or the manager, I should say.
He wasn't the manager in Houston. He was like the
Oh, okay,
pitchers coach or whatever.
Oh, so when you say that, okay, that makes more sense because Alex Cora is a big name for me because like I know him from the Red Sox, but
Yeah, it's called signs. It was the sign stealing scandal, or whatever, something like that.
so that's nuts. Yeah, but I thought he was the manager. That's why I was confused on like why he like didn't get in more trouble.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. If you after this podcast, go watch the video.
So hold on, Scott. Let me. I didn't write this down, but let's just do it now. What's your not
prediction of the World Series?
Yeah, who's it going to be? Not who's going to win. We'll do that later.
This is who I would like it to be. I would like it to be Phillies. Yankees.
I'm writing this down. Phillies Yankees World Series. We'll go over the winner after.
I would like it to be Phillies Yankees. Who do I think it's going to be?
No, not yet. We'll do that next week.
Well, you asked me for my picks. This is, in my opinion, who do I want it to be? Phillies Yankees. Who do I think it's going to be? I think it's going to be Padres Astros. My think.
All right. Padres versus Astros. And then in parentheses, I'm going to write reality. Perfect.
Good idea. All right. So we've been waiting to talk to you guys about this app all episode. Made you wait long enough. I'm going to let Mark take it away. I feel like he's a little more professional than I am. I don't really want to screw up,
No, you're good.
This introduction.
All right, so as you guys have heard during this episode, we've spoken about how in Massachusetts, as of right now, sports betting is not legal. So we cannot go into Barstool Sports. We cannot go into, FanDuel Sportsbook, DraftKings Sportsbook. We can't do the bets that everyone else normally does. We can't do that. That's just because it's not, there's ways around it, but we just don't feel like doing that. Like, we're not that into it, We also know people who have gotten in trouble for doing it. So mainly when we do bet, we do DraftKings, which is obviously picking a team, and it gets boring after a while. You don't want to pick a team, and you want to do what everyone else is doing, is like picking, or because it's just more fun in general. Let's be real. Picking a higher or a lower, whether it's the game, whether it's is fucking what's his name gonna go take a shit once or twice on the fucking, who did that, Scott? Do you remember?
No.
One of the wide receivers or whatever got carded out, but it is just because he had to take a shit. I can't remember who it was.
Doesn't Lamar do that all the time?
But anyways, you get what I'm saying. So no, this in all honesty, this is an app that Scott and I found, and we were so excited to find it. It is called Underdog Fantasy, and it's a lot different than DraftKings. Like I said, they will give you multiple options. We're going to show you guys, but we'll give you multiple options, whether higher or lower on certain things with certain players. So, for example, let me pull up my game from Sunday. It's just to give you guys a better idea. So I wanted to do Kansas City and I wanted to do Buffalo because that was the game I was going to be watching. I got out of work. I was going to be able to sit down and watch it. So I said, all right, let me hop on this. Let me see what's going on with the over and unders, and let's pick it. And I was off of this by one. Here, I'm going to pull it up right now. Give me 1 second. It's somewhere in here. Here we go. Okay. So I picked, oh, this is so heartbreaking. Okay, so the 5 players that I picked, Travis Kelce, he needed to get at least 6.5 receptions. If he got higher than that, then I would be in the money for that specific player. Mahomes, 3 touchdowns. Allen, 3 touchdowns. Diggs, more than 89 yards. And Gabe Davis with lower than 4 receptions. So, depending on higher or lower, if all 5 of those hit, you win 20 times your money. So I bet $5, and I would have won $100.
$5
if I had hit
to
that.
win $100.
It's fucking ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Literally, I was off by one. So Mahomes, I hit all four out of the 5, and one that I missed was Mahomes, and he got the ball at the very end of the game. And if he had went down the field and scored, I would have won $100. There's been probably, I don't even know how many times where Scott and I have been 4 out of 5, and almost won that $100, and we've only been using it a week. So we are not sponsored by Underdog, but
Wait,
we
real
definitely.
quick before you move on, I want to talk about one that I had real quick too. So last
But,
night I had one for NHL,
Yeah.
and I also did the 5 picks for $5 to win 20 times your money. But like I said, I did hockey, and I hit 3 out of the 5. I hit Troy Terry, who is he's a forward for the Anaheim Ducks, 2.5 shots. He got 3 shots. I hit that. Sergei Bobrovsky, who's the goalie for the Florida Panthers, to get over 27.5 shots. I hit that. He had over 27.5 saves. I hit that. He had 29 saves. Now let's see here. I had Linus Ullmark, the goalie for the Bruins, to hit higher than 26.5 saves. I hit that. He had 38 saves. So now here I'm sitting here, right? 3 out of 5. All I got to do is hit my next 2, and I win $100. My next 2 is Sidney Crosby, higher than 3 shots. Alex Ovechkin, higher than 4 shots. Now, if you're an NHL fan, you're sitting here, you're like, Sidney Crosby, 3 shots, Ovechkin, 4 shots. Money in the bank, right? No. Alex Ovechkin gets 4 shots. I need him to go over it. They end up coming back, winning 6-3. That he didn't take a single shot on that after that. Sidney Crosby. I don't know anything about Sidney Crosby's game last night, but it looked like he was hurt or injured, hurt and injured, same thing. Hurt or playing half speed. Maybe they were trying to open up the offense a little more. I think they were trying to get other people involved. Either way, didn't look good. 1 shot on net, so I lost. So it's not easy. It's nice to hear, bet $5, win $100. Pick over hundreds. It seems easy. It's not. It is a lot of fun though. All right, Mark, where do you want to go from here with the underdog stuff?
So, long story short, we are not sponsored by Underdog, but we really believe in the app. We think it's going to take off, especially for the states that don't have sports betting. Obviously, it is coming to Massachusetts, but I've seen sports betting. I know what it is, and this app is still interesting regardless of your preference. This is actually really cool. So what we're going to do going forward is we're going to have an Underdog segment each week. Once again, not sponsored. We don't want to get in trouble. We're going to say that a lot, so just get used to it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to pick the Thursday night game, and that the Thursday night game this week is the Saints versus Arizona. I'm going to tell you guys my picks. Scott is going to pick. Are you doing it this week, Scott? I missed that.
I'm gonna follow along, and I have my picks brought up here too, so I can go along with you and just kind of be your guidance.
So going forward, just so we can kind of cover all the major sports that are happening, I'm going to do the Thursday night football game. Scott's going to pick a hockey game, an NHL hockey game to do, and then live on the podcast, we're going to pick an NBA game. We might want to do the Celtics.
Rephrase that. We're not doing a game. We're doing just like the whole sport. Because when I do NHL, I don't just pick one game.
Oh, okay.
Like I did last night, I did the Pittsburgh game, the Washington game, and the Bruins game.
Okay, yeah, he does it differently than me because I like to pick the game that I'm watching. Like when I lost that Chiefs game, I picked all my 5 picks were all Chief and Bills players. Just because I'm watching it, I like to watch. But
real quick, I don't mean to interrupt you, but the reason why I do that in hockey is because you can't get away with that. Is like if you look at football, like Alvin Kamara has like, for example, the Saints have 3 people, whereas like Washington might have 2 people. Like, so you can't get away with doing like just one game. Well, a lot of times you will be able to, but like the first time I tried to just do the Bruins game, and it was like
wasn't enough options.
Yeah, it was like, you can't do this because you've already used this player in whatever. Because you couldn't do like Patrice Bergeron plus minus 2 points and then also plus 2 goals. Like you can't do the same player twice. You can only do them once.
Which is kind of interesting. I mean, I wonder if they'll change that because I think that you definitely can it's all different stats. Like you can pick, you should be able to pick the same player. Maybe limit it because say they have 5 options, you limit them to 2.
Yeah.
But we'll see. The app is still new, but so far it's way better and way funner than DraftKings in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
So that's why
I might never play DraftKings again. And again,
I,
this is not
I
a sponsor.
probably won't. I probably won't either. I think this is way more fun to do.
Yeah, what am I playing DraftKings for? So I can win 45 cents after I bit my nails off all night long?
I beat 150,000 people, but
Yeah,
I'm winning
and I won
$3.
$3.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah, no.
All right,
Thanks.
so we're waiting for sports betting to come live, and until then, we're using Underdog. Shout out Underdog. We like them a lot. If you guys do want to sponsor us, that's fine. But right now, we're just talking out of the greatness of our hearts. We really like your app and what you're doing. For the Thursday night game, like I said, it's Saints versus Arizona. I have my 5 picks. Let's see if this happens. So my first one is Mark Ingram. I picked him getting higher than 33.5 yards overall. Last week he had 46 yards, so I think for him to get 34 to win, I think that's definitely a possibility. Their kicker, I don't know. I don't know if that's a Z or an E.
Will Lutz?
Yeah, Lutz, yes. So I picked him getting over 1.5 field goals, so I'm thinking he'd probably get 2 for the game. Ertz, I picked him getting lower than 48.5 yards. He got 70 last week, but the rest of the season he got lower than 48.5 yards. So for him to come off the game of the season for him, I think that he's going to get lower than 48.5, even though he went off for 70 last week. Camaro is my last pick. I picked him as lower than 102.5 overall yards. This would have to be, if he did beat that, if he did get a higher than 102.5 overall yards, that would be his best game of the season. So those are my 5 picks. If I get all 5, I'll probably bet $5 or $10. And if I get 5, it's 100. If I bet 10, I get 200. So I think that it's completely worth it rather than betting 5 for a DraftKings and you beat, like we talked about, 120,000 people, yet you only get like fucking your money back. It's not worth it. I mean, if you want to play fantasy, go play fantasy, but
Yeah.
we're waiting
that's
for
what
sports betting.
DraftKings is. It's just fantasy.
Yeah, fantasy, and the only way you win money is if you win the lottery. You can do there is a lot of opportunity to win a lot of money on DraftKings, but you have to do like the $100 entry shit and the higher entry stuff to win. And I mean, obviously it's the most popular fucking betting app as far as non-sports betting, I guess you could say. But until that becomes legal in Massachusetts, Scott and I are going to use Underdog, and that's why we were so appreciative, because this kind of gives us a sense of the sports betting, and it's a lot of fun to watch the games. But yeah, Scott, you can take yours away.
All right. I really can't decide between these last 2, so I'm going to blind pick right now. All right. Okay, so I just threw this together because I wasn't planning on doing an NHL one tonight, because obviously the one I shared with you guys earlier, I lost heartbreakingly. Like, the fact that I can't trust the best player in the league, I don't know where to stand anymore. I'm on an island.
It literally happened with both of us, bro. Like, I lost on Mahomes, you lost on the person you're going to talk about.
Literally, like, I'm sitting on an island by myself. I feel like I have nobody. I feel like I'm in this by myself. So here we go. Let's ride. First pick, Carter Hart, the goalie for the Flyers, going up against the Lightning. He's got to get higher than 29.5 saves. Here's what I'll tell you. The Lightning are going to shoot at him a lot. Guarantee you he finishes the night with like 36 saves, 38 saves, something like that. Lock that one in. Next up, I got Trevor Zegras. He's been a little dry as of late. He's on the cover of NHL 23, okay? The kid's got hockey hair. He's got the flow. Okay, they're going up against the New Jersey Devils. Garbage can of a team. Garbage can of an organization. They're in fucking New Jersey, for crying out loud. Give me Trevor Zegras for more than half a point. Give me
Love
that,
it.
please. Thank you. On the cover of NHL 23. And then Eric Carlson. He's a beast. He's on the Sharks. You know him. He's got the long, luscious locks. Again, hockey hair, mustache. He looks like Johnny Depp. Give me him for +2 shots. So he's got to get 3 shots, and you'll hit that. They're going up against the Islanders. I think they're going to mix the D in a lot there. I think shots on net, pucks in deep. I think they're going to cycle the puck a lot. I think it's going to be a good game. This next one here, this is a frickin' just print your winning tickets now. Connor McDavid, the best player in the league, going up against Buffalo again. Buffalo is a great city, I know, and I don't want to bash on the Sabres, but fuck, man, that team sucks dick. Give me Connor McDavid for half a goal, so 1 goal. And this is the one I couldn't decide on, but I'm taking Jack Eichel for more than 3.5 shots against the Calgary Flames. That's a late night game, so get your popcorn ready and watch the Vegas Golden Knights take on the Flames late night. I think, I think if you go with that lineup, you might have a decent time. Again, don't quote me on it. I'm not even making that team this week.
Oh yeah, we didn't say that. We didn't say that. This isn't gambling. This isn't gambling advice.
Yeah.
This is us being
please
idiots.
Gamble responsibly.
Yeah. This is not. We're not gambling professionals. We're 2 idiots that like to bet on sports. This is not advice whatsoever. This is just what we're doing.
All right, you're not making a NBA team over there without me, right?
No, I got logged out of the app, so I'm just trying to log back in.
Oh, all right. All right. Do you think you can get logged in now, or do you need a little bit?
For some reason, it's just saying it doesn't recognize my device.
All right, we're back. Mark had to get himself logged into the app real quick, but lo and behold, we made it. We're on the app. We're logged in. We're going to do for you guys a special. We don't know if next week is going to be NBA or not. We're trying to come up with a plan for this segment as we go. But for right now, me and Mark are going to do a special NBA underdog team together, duo, simultaneous, for the opening night of games. I think we have a doubleheader tonight. Let me check. I think it's Philly-Boston.
I'm going to watch that later for sure.
Oh, yeah, me too. Philly-Boston. Yeah, so it's Philly-Boston at 7:30, and it's Lakers-Golden State at 10. I'll probably be laying down sleeping for that one, but that'll be a good one too.
So I got a question. You might know this because I've only used this app from the NFL. So when I'm seeing right now, it says Jason Tatum, 36.5 points.
Yep.
Plus rebounds, plus assists. So does that just mean that he's got to get rebounds and assists for this to win? Right? Isn't that a little confusing? It doesn't say that in a
that his points, rebounds, and assists need to add up to 37.
Okay. That was confusing. I'm like, wait. Yeah, I get it now.
So if he gets 20 points, 2 rebounds, and 15 assists or whatever,
yeah,
then he covers.
Yeah, that makes more sense now. When I'm looking at this, I'm like, wait.
And then under it's 28.5 points plus assists. That's just points and assists combined.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. So we're gonna favor the Celtics, I'm sure, for this matchup, right? For this early matchup. So let's go.
Yeah.
So if you guys are filling these out along with us, which you're probably not, but because we're doing this live and the game starts in 2 hours. But maybe you listen to this and you get an idea of how we draft. Maybe it helps you draft. So I'm scrolling right past Philadelphia, and the first player on my list is Jason Tatum. And as Mark just said, he's got the totals for the points, the assists.
I think the I don't see Tatum having more than a couple of rebounds, maybe 3 tops.
You think Tatum? Let me look at it this way. You think Tatum, after they were that close to winning the finals, right? Now they've had the summer off. What Tatum do we get? Is Tatum about to be a bona fide superstar, or is Tatum going to take a step back?
This is the very first game of the season, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I don't see him popping off like crazy. I really don't. I think it's going to take him a few games to get
I
in
do
his
too.
groove.
I don't think I think Tatum just. You guys know.
I mean,
What,
not,
you
not
guys
to
know
say
what happens to people when they lose in the finals.
not to say
They
he's
don't
not
come
going to
back
have
fired up. They're not like yeah.
uh,
No, they
like,
just lost.
like not to say he's not going to have over 20 points, but I don't think he's going to drop. Like I don't see him getting a lot of rebounds. He might get a few assists as well. So you
What do
take
you
away
think about? What do you think about him making 3 3-pointers? Do you think he could do that?
No, I don't think he's going to do that now.
Okay. All
I
right.
don't. What do you think?
I mean, out of this whole list, I think that would be the only one I would take is 3 3-pointers. And if you don't think he's gonna hit that,
Higher than 2.5?
yeah, which would be 3. He would have to hit 3 3-pointers for us to hit that.
I don't think he's going to do that.
Okay.
Well, you do? I mean, I'll take it.
I mean,
And then if
I don't, dude. I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. I haven't seen these teams play in a
Yeah,
while.
you can't look back at stats, which sucks. See,
I
my
mean,
thing is, I think
higher
our
than
best.
3. Like, if he hits 2 3-pointers in the first quarter, all he has to do is hit.
You know what I think our best
1,
bet
2.
is? I'm not even going to go look at the fantasy points because I don't know how that works. But 32 points and rebounds. So say he gets 4 rebounds, he'd still need to score 28 points. So I say we do the lower on that one. You see what I'm talking about?
Okay.
32 points and rebounds. He's not going to get a lot of rebounds, I don't think. He might get a couple of easy jump ups and grabs, but I don't see him getting more than 4. And even if he gets more than 4, so that he would still need to score 28 points.
All right, let's do it.
So we'll go the lower on that one.
Here's what I wanted to say too is when I've been playing underdog as of late is I don't think I've gone one lower, and I keep losing. So here's the thing: is I need to start going with some lowers. And I think that's a great first pick. Lower than 32 points plus rebounds.
Yeah. I mean, mind you, if this was mid-season, I wouldn't take that, but it's the first fucking game.
Also,
So-
I just want to tell you, you can combine sports. You could do NFL, NHL, and
Really?
NBA all in the same one. Yep.
Oh, shit, I didn't even know that, and I still love the app. That makes it even better. Jalen
Like
Brown.
you could do 4 NBA picks, and then I could go do Trevor Zegras for a assist.
Hold on a second. I'm just curious. Not Jalen. Jason Tatum. I just want to see his average for rebounds and see if we're fucking ourselves. Jason
I mean, don't go look at the
Tatum.
playoff stats.
Rebound per game. Oh, we get 6.6 per
Dude, he's a
game.
stud.
He gets 6.6, so he would have to. So if you say we'll call it 6, so he'd still have to score 26 points. That's still a lot. We might need to switch that to higher though, because I feel like he might get more than 26. What do you think?
I'm doing my research too. Oh boy. I don't like. If you really like, if you ask me, dude, I'm so afraid of taking anything with Tatum because I just don't know how he's gonna perform tonight. I mean, if you ask me, I feel like everybody's on the same playing field, right? Everybody's been waiting this whole offseason to play,
Mm-hmm.
and he's a superstar, which means he should be better than the rest.
Okay, hold on. Let me look up one more thing.
Which means taking a lower on him. I don't know.
He has 3 assists per game. So if we take the 28.5, we need him to score at least 26. That might be the better bet. So in his career, he's three assists per game.
Mm-hmm.
So you minus that from the 28.5, he needs to score 26.
Yeah.
Let's take that, the higher on that.
The higher on 32 points plus rebounds?
No, the higher on the 28.5 points and assists.
Oh.
So you see what I'm saying? Let's try that just for shits. I feel like that's better. If he's averaging 6 assists, then that's a little much. All right,
What
let's move
about
on.
rebounds and assists? 12 and a half.
So 6 and 3, bro. That's 9.
Oh, all right.
Mm.
Could be
So
lower.
we could go lower on that, yeah.
All right, let's stick with the 28.5 points and assists, so that way you can't tell me I was wrong.
All right, you pick the next one, then. You ain't gonna blame me for this old shit.
All right.
Mr. Primetime, Jaylen Brown. Love this dude. Now him getting three pointers is more realistic than Jason. I feel like
Yeah. 2.5.
because I feel like if Jalen gets hot, then it's definitely
Same
a
number, 2.5.
possibility.
What do you think? But I feel like he's gonna be driving to the rim tonight. I don't know. 2.5.
23.5 points at the bottom is probably our best bet. That's just straightforward.
What,
Is he gonna
higher?
get higher or lower than 23.5 points? I'll let you pick it. What did he average last season? Look it up. Let's
Probably
look it up.
around that. They're not stupid.
I know, but let's just see. Jalen. Oh God.
There's no point in like looking it up because that's how they make the pick is like his average. So I'm gonna say, do you think he's gonna have a good game or a bad game?
Points per game.
I'm gonna say lower.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's his points per game?
I'm trying to look. Why can't I see it? Games played 78. Yeah, I don't see it.
Jaylen Brown points per game 23.6.
And it's what?
23.5.
Lower.
I agree. Lower.
Lower.
All right.
First game of the season.
Marcus Smart. Remember, there's no Robert Williams tonight. So Marcus Smart's going to be kind of the guy. Turnovers, 2.5. Is that too high?
I think it's too high. Oh shit! Was that me? Can you hear that? Okay,
No,
good,
what?
okay. Nothing. Something started playing in my headphones. I almost had a panic attack.
No, I couldn't hear it.
Uh, Marcus Smart.
I think we stay away from Marcus Smart.
Yeah, he's too much of a fucking loose cannon. Who the hell knows what the hell's gonna happen with him?
I say we skip right past Al Horford unless you see someone you like and we go
I like
there.
getting a steal. I feel like he could get a steal.
You think he could get one steal?
Yeah.
That's a ballsy play. There's a reason why it's... I don't know. I'm just going to go right past him. Just keep going from...
Derek White, 1.5 3-pointers. He's got to make 2. That's not a bad bet.
Give me that.
Let's check that, yeah.
So far, we have the team making 3 3-pointers. Or 5. So, I mean, like...
Wait, really? No, we
Yeah.
don't.
We have
No, we don't.
Jaylen Brown... No. Oh, yeah, no.
No, we have
only
points and
one.
assists.
Okay.
Mm. Brogdon, I have no idea. I haven't seen him play yet.
So
All right, let's
right
go.
now,
Let's
we
go.
need it to be a Jason Tatum game, mixed in with Derek White 3-pointers and Jaylen Brown to take a seat. I'm cool with that.
All right, do you want to
Malcolm
just for shits and
Brogdon
giggles?
first Wait, he wasn't on the Celtics, right?
No, we got him through trade.
Yeah.
And
So
the big thing is whether or not him or Smart's going to do better. Because he could take Smart's spot if he does well.
is he tall?
I don't know.
Does he rebound?
I don't know. I think we should skip. I think we should scroll back up and then pick 2 of these Joel Embiid, James Harden picks, just so it's the
Okay.
same.
All right.
So Embiid with 42.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I feel like that should be a lower. It's the first game of the season. I know he's good, but the only reason I'm saying lower on that is just because
Where do you see?
who knows?
Oh, right there. Lower than points, rebounds, and assists combined.
Well, what does he average? Let's see. I mean, he also could come out like firing. He averages 11 rebounds, 4 assists.
That's 15.
So minus 15, he would need
43 minus 15.
27 points.
All right, let's take the lower. Are you a Celtics fan or not?
True.
James Harden with 2 3-pointers.
I think we should do lower than 3.5 turnovers. There's no way he's gonna have 4 turnovers.
That's true, yeah. That's true.
Yeah, let's do that. All right.
Well, no, you would need him to have 3 or less turnovers.
Yeah, so if he gets 4, we lose.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Lower?
Run it. Yeah, lower. There's no way.
That's a
I'm
good-
actually
that was a good-
betting
that's
this
a
one.
good one, yeah. All right, so
All right, I
let's
bet
do a quick rundown real quick. So we got Joel Embiid, lower than 42.5 points, rebounds, and assists combined. We got James Harden, lower than 3.5 turnovers. We got Jason Tatum, higher than 28.5 points and assists.
Keep in mind that this is the first game of the season. So yeah, if this was
There's
midway through the season, a lot
data.
of these picks would be fucking different.
There's no
You know,
data yet. We have no data to go off of, nothing. And we just want to give you guys a taste because we enjoy this app and we want to bring it to our podcast and we want you guys to check it out. So again, this is the first game of the season. Literally,
Like
no one has
Joel
played
and-
in 6 months.
Joel Embiid averages 30 points, so that almost covers the whole bet that we just did. But it's the very first game of the season, so that's why we thought that he might not be able to do that. So maybe the team's not as organized as it should be. A lot of these bets that we're doing, when we look at averages, we'll get a better idea. But everyone's rusty. Everyone's coming back. Everyone needs to find the rhythm with their team. So I think a lot of these overs that you would normally take, and we will be taking in halfway through the season, is different right now because this is the first game and teams are rusty.
I agree. Couldn't have said it better myself. Nothing like knocking the rust off first game of the year.
Hell yeah.
All right, so then Jason Tatum higher than 28.5 points plus assist, and then Jaylen Brown lower than 23.5 points, and Derek White higher than 1.5 3-pointers. So
we need him to hit
our NBA underdog pick for October 18th for opening night.
Yep.
So if you guys want to play that, you can. If not,
this is going to be a lot of fun, honestly.
Oh yeah,
doing these underdog picks.
I'm putting this pod up right when we end. So I'm putting up the thing, combining the two, adding the intros, and uploading it. So everyone's gonna know what we picked here in an hour.
All right, bro. That's it. That's how we wrote.
You got a game of the week?
For football or just in general?
Anything. Just what's your game to watch this week? Your one game that you will 100% be watching.
Why don't you do yours first so I can look real quick?
All right, mine is the Pats. The Pats have a big test this week. Monday Night Football, prime time. So wait, technically that's next week. Am I not allowed to do that?
Yeah, no, because that's what we mean, because we're doing the following week.
Okay, yeah, so Monday Night Football, prime time. Pats haven't been in prime time yet. All eyes are on us. Who's it going to be, Zappy or Jones? Who knows? Big spotlight for the Pats this week. I will be watching that. Even if I don't get to watch a single game this week, that's the game I'll be watching.
All right, we're doing the absolute barn burner. Sunday, 4:05. We got Houston versus Vegas.
There's no way you're watching that game.
Who's got it? We got 1-3-1. Who knew a tie was a thing? And then we got the Raiders coming in hot. That's my team. Who's going to get to 2? Are they the only one in the teams with 1 win? I think they are. I know, Detroit.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so who wants to separate from the pack? Who wants
Who
that
wants it
2 win?
more?
Who wants it more? Like I said, I got the Raiders. Let's ride.
All right, awesome. Well, do you have any closing thoughts? Anything you want to get off your chest before we end?
Uh,
I got one real quick. The one thing I
no,
want to say.
I really don't. I just want to say, sorry to cut you off, Scott, is that we appreciate all the support we have seen on the podcast. It's been absolutely fucking ridiculous. We were pushing for 5 viewers. We've had, I think our first episode hit 50 views. It's just, I mean, it's amazing to us. So thank you guys so much. One thing that helps us so much is if you guys listen to on Spotify or you listen to on Apple Music or have a podcast, just make sure to leave us a review, a 5-star review. That gets more eyes on the podcast. If you guys do leave us a review, it comes up more. Say you type in NFL or you type in sports. The more reviews that we have, the higher it will go up in the search engine when people search for things like that. We're a new show, but we're excited. We have a lot of passion, and we just want to thank everyone that's been here from day one. We're going to remember you guys, and we're going to keep growing. So, yeah, that's what I
Hell
said.
yeah. Keep growing and keep going. Now, what was I going to say? Frick.
That we're wearing referee costumes for Halloween.
I don't remember, but it was funny. But anyways, thank you guys for hanging out. Another episode of Wet Whistles. We will see you guys next week. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I know that the videos premiere in SD. You don't need to DM me. I understand. There's a reason for it. Is because I set instant premieres, and when you do the instant premiere, it says if you do instant premiere, it's going to premiere in SD. Is that okay? Yes. You have to check that because the HD version takes longer.
Well, good thing this is a podcast where we don't have any crazy colors or fucking videography going on. It's literally just us. You can still watch us and listen to it when it premieres.
I had 2 people DM me last week though saying the quality is garbage. And that's because when you're watching it, like when I tweet out
When it
like, hey,
premieres,
it's
yeah.
premiering, and then you come in and you can't see me because it's so like glitchy, that's because it's the SD version that's premiering, not the HD version. If you don't want to watch that version, just wait like an hour, and the HD version will be up in no time. But regardless, whether you watch the SD or the HD, just thank you so much for watching. Like the fact that you are watching and telling me, yo, you look like shit, thank you. It means the world to me. I'd rather you watch and be like, yo, you look like shit than not watch at all. So thank you.
That's a fact.
We'll see you guys next week. It's been a
yes, sir. Love y'all. Peace.